Attention viewer, you are watching the world's biggest monster truck diecast YouTube channel. This is Monster Jam OCD.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Monster Truck Collecting Podcast. It's been quite a while. We took a week off. We were all really busy, so we decided to take a week off from the podcast. Last time we were here for episode 17, we were finishing off the best year of diecast monster trucks period, which was Hot Wheels Monster Jam 2010. Today we're pivoting into a little bit of a different style with Hot Wheels Monster Jam Part 1 of 2011. Sadly, 2010 didn't last very long in terms of its legacy and how that line was formed versus future lines. So we're not going to see as exciting of a mix of trucks as we saw last time, but we did have to split into two parts because it still has a lot of stuff to talk about. So Phil, welcome back, and RJ, welcome back. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Phil, how are you doing?
Man, I'm just going to have to cut you off right here, Ryan.
Okay.
I got to tell you, man, last time people saw you here on this podcast, you went and disappeared on us down to old Tampa, Florida.
Orlando.
You unveiled, Orlando. Tampa's next.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, and you unveiled a bunch of green stuff, yada, yada. And I got to say, I'm a little perturbed. You didn't update our intro video for this podcast with all your new green stuff. So
Yeah, I was about to do that, but we were at 6:10 already. That's why I asked for the extra 2 minutes, but you made fun of me, so I decided not to. That's your fault, Phil. We'll do it next time. I'm just kidding. I just forgot about it. I will do it for next time. You'll see the new intro. It has the new Monster OCD logo, which is already introduced into my channel. So we got it as the logo. We have it as the watermark. The intro is the last piece. We're going to see my intro go back and forth with videos from this month because I already did those uploads. So we're going to have the blue logo, then we're going to have the green one, and the blue and the green for a little while. After OCD Meltdown's review, it'll be all green. So thank you for introducing me that way. Sorry. I have not spoken on camera for a while, so I'm not used to this yet. Yes, OCD Meltdown. So March 1st was the original plan. We decided to push it for advertising. I really wanted to have some time to kind of have a buffer zone for the name kind of getting out there. I felt like dropping a fan-inspired truck out of nowhere. It's not like a holiday truck where, it's expected. This is kind of a rapid change. So I requested, and we kind of worked out some details to get it pushed a little further. So April 9th is now the new date, but March 1st, we still got the announcement out by March 1st, which was nice. I want to thank Monster Jam for that opportunity to speak at the Orlando show, February 27th. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, obviously my crew shirt shows it, but I also have the only model I have in the card right here, OCD Meltdown. Actually, I should solo myself, huh? So if you want one, March 9th, one of 5,000 units produced, OCD Meltdown, coming to the Super.
March 9th, that's tomorrow.
Sorry, April 9th.
April 9th, that's a month.
April 9th. I wish it was March 9th. I'm sorry, I had so much going on. So let's start. 2011 Hot Wheels Monster Jam. You ready?
Hold on, I got to run you over again. I did tell everyone you were hit by a moose. How are you doing?
Oh, RJ was?
No, you.
Me? A moose?
Yes, you were hit by a moose.
Okay, I don't live in Canada or anywhere close to where those are, so I don't have any moose near the beach. You should have said I got hit by you should have said I got hit by a dolphin or a seagull or something. That made
all right.
sense.
Go back to your fancy intro. You can go ahead.
Okay. This is what happens when we take a week off from bickering.
Yeah.
We have a lot of bickering to catch up on. Okay, we're gonna start with 2011 Hot Wheels Monster Jam. I'm gonna actually get that up for you guys because I haven't got it ready. Phil, any words about 2011 about what we're about to step into here?
Yeah, we're stepping into a bunch of huge man. Okay, so 2010, guys, that's the top of the mountain for a reason. So the bar is set way too high for 2011 to really hold its own, and it does kind of. So, if you didn't have a line of 2010, this would be an okay year.
Yeah,
but coming after 2010, this is not a nice year. And there are a couple of issues. Let's talk about right off the bat how there is a variation on almost every single truck in 2011. Similar to back in the day where on the what was 2002 or 3 where we had yellow Monster Jam logos and gray Monster Jam logos. And then we had later in Hot Wheels life, we had like the gray outline and the yellow outline logos. And then Spin Master got fun with it too in their first cases. Well, there's a running change in 2011 because 2010 is the first year of Advance Auto Parts becoming a title sponsor for Monster Jam. So their Advance Auto Parts Monster Jam logos are put on the trucks starting after a certain point, which means that there are running variations of changing from the old Monster Jam logos to the Advance Auto Parts Monster Jam logo. So there's a ton of variations in here. If you are a carded collector, this is a messy year. You're going to have a lot, like a whole extra tote of just the variations from this year. Yeah. It's, it's something you got to deal with. Nothing too crazy for the open collectors, but it's makes you panic a little bit.
Yeah. So, like we said, 2011. The reason why we're doing the 2 parts is because of the many things we have to discuss as we go along.
I don't even know where we're stopping, so let's just hold on.
Yeah, let's just go until we're done with 2011 for the day. Okay, so jumping right into number 1, interesting truck to start the year off of, Shock Therapy. I think we debuted this one last year, episode kind of year thing. But Shock Therapy's here. The other thing, I'm not sure if Phil mentioned it, but the new accessory. So accessories become a staple now. They never go away. The new accessory was an interesting one, a tattoo series. Basically transfer tattoos, you put water on them, they're on your skin, and then you take them off, which was always a pain for some people for some reason. I keep seeing people comment about that. So anyway, the tattoos are the new accessory. The variation that Phil mentioned, they're going to start seeing that happening right here on the truck. So this official Monster Truck Series logo is now going to become Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam's logo, and that's going to be a weird transition. So I guess we'll go to the variation, then we'll talk about this. So the AAP logo variant, there it is, Advanced Auto Parts. It's like the most minute thing in the world. So yeah, that's basically it. There's nothing else changed about this or the tattoos or anything else. It's just that tiny little decal, and that will be that'll be something for a variation collection to find. So Phil, tell us, well, if you have anything to say about this, go ahead.
No, not much. I mean, we talked about it. Shock Therapy was a big deal truck to have in 2010. Unfortunately, starting in 2011, especially since it's the #1 truck, this truck starts to peg warm. All the luster and coolness of Shock Therapy is completely lost. It's the same Shock Therapy now. It's crazy how this truck becomes like a must-have to get it out of here in like such a short amount of time. Especially that Shock Therapy was a second half of 2010 release, so it's a real quick time frame. This comes from a crowd pleaser to a peg warmer.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much on this one I have to say either, so we can go to the next one.
Okay. All right. So next up on the list is number 2.
Do the second one next on the next one.
The first, this card? Okay.
Yeah.
So starting on the next note, we have the return of this. It's not Gravedigger the Legend, but it's the blue-green Gravedigger on the Gravedigger tooling. So here it is with that light blue that they're very well known for, because I guess they couldn't figure out that the real truck was dark blue during its existence. But here is the light blue, that paint line. It's a little less than usual. This might be a paint stripe here, but that difference in the colors is not as noticeable as previous models. There's the Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam logo. They do have the Gravedigger logo and silver roll cage, which again are pretty rare in Hot Wheels Monster Jam. So that's pretty cool. Chrome chassis, light blue rims. I don't think they paint the headlights on this model, and then just the rest of that. So yeah, there's that. And then Phil, do you want to talk about this, or do you want me to go to the next one?
Go to the next one. It's the same, blue and gray digger we've seen for so many years.
So they finally get the hint here. They finally go with the darker blue paint. So with darker blue and then using a lighter blue paint, you get a really rough paint edge here. But so I think this is paint. I can see the little bit of airbrushing there. So this is a blue decal. They also add, unless I'm missing it from that previous model, let me go back one more time.
They add new decals.
Yeah, so they add some decals here. They add
the
Battlefield, Boulevard Auto, and then they add the this here. I'm not even quite sure what to call that, but that's there as a decal, and these two logos got kind of pushed down. And then they also changed, which is sad because honestly, the logo they were using was actually pretty accurate to the real model that they're modeling this off of, which isn't Gravedigger the Legend. It's actually Gravedigger #1. So this is actually the Gravedigger the Legend logo font. The other one was more of a realistic one that they're modeling this off of, but oh well. So here it is. Same blue hubs, though. They didn't change them to darker blue. And there's the second edition of Gravedigger #1, blue grain. So Phil, please tell us about this one.
Yeah, so the reason why we've skipped to this second version was updated because Gravedigger the Legend debuts as a truck in the 2011 season. Obviously, there's two of them. There's the main one with Adam Anderson, and then there was the second last-minute replacement one with the late Tony Farrell that ran on an abbreviated hybrid chassis and whatnot. Rod Schmidt also ran it a couple of years or so later, stuff like that, Norm Miller. But man, when this came out, I fought some wars with people. This is it. This is Gravedigger Legend.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is like this officially is when it became anything about the blue and gray Gravedigger became Gravedigger Legend. And it's like, guys, no, it's not Gravedigger Legend. Yes, this is inspired by Gravedigger Legend. That's why the updates were made to get you that Gravedigger Legend before we get our official one the next year. Where does it say Gravedigger Legend on this truck? It doesn't.
No.
Don't be, and yeah, they may update the logos to make it look like it and this and that, but it's not the Legend. Stop.
I wasn't saying that for you to mock me. I was saying that because it was accurate and not the Legend you were correct for last.
I'm mocking society, not you.
All right.
Okay.
If anything,
Usually it's me.
If anything, this was the Tony Farrell Carpet League Gravedigger the Legend.
Yes, and this was your Legend for a good amount of time until the actual King 8 came out. But this is my ode to people, and I've said it in some of the earlier episodes. Stop calling everything about that blue and gray Gravedigger the Legend. It's not, okay? Like, you play Monster Jam Maximum Destruction, you're not playing as the Legend. You're not. Okay? So that's just my rant. Go ahead, RJ.
No, I mean, I like the updates on the hood to try to make it seem like the mold was different than when it wasn't. Little more details are never a bad thing. But yeah, it's not Gravedigger the Legend, guys. It's Gravedigger Grain Truck. Come on.
Yeah, so good debate, and I agree. It's a lot of weird stuff because then in the future, there's a Gravedigger the Legend body run without the Legend. It's at a World Finals Encore. I think it was.
And thank goodness Adam drove that because the headache of explaining that again would have blew my mind.
Yeah. So, when slating, so I've been working. This is a side note. I've been giving suggestions for next year's Spin Master line, and next year's obviously a 40th anniversary of Gravedigger or an anniversary year, so we try to capitalize on anniversary bodies and stuff. And I have to explain, and it's really difficult, these four different trucks. The original Gravedigger #1, the Gravedigger #1 on the Gravedigger body, the Gravedigger the Legend on the actually 5. Gravedigger Legend on the Gravedigger body, Gravedigger the Legend, and then Gravedigger the Legend without the Legend, but the Legend body. It's just a whole headache. So there's 5 different things.
No. He wants Digger Grain on the Gravedigger the Legend body.
It's
Can we get the Legend on Son of a Digger? Is that what you just said?
No, it's just that's really difficult. It's just difficult to get this. I get why people get confused, but yeah, it's not the Legend, so Phil's right, and that's totally true. But
don't ask me why Adam and Ryan are driving different trucks.
Okay, so next up is I believe it's a new Spectraflame model here. So Spectraflame continues to go on. I'm starting on this model because it's actually an older edition of the rim style, which was obviously the thin normal beadlock being painted for this Jurassic attack, and then they also followed up. I'm sure it's a quick correction to the actual I call it the diamond look on these beads here.
Okay, so I'm about 87% sure that the red line ones came second.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No idea why, but go ahead.
No, that's it. So there's Jurassic attack. It's kind of an interesting one. They don't transparent the eyeball, so it's weird. The what is it called? The frill or whatever. That could have been a different color, maybe clear. To change up the scheme. It's kind of a mismatch, but I do like it. However, I recall this one being a pretty big peg warmer in my stores at least. So it sadly didn't live the best Spectraflame luxury life, but it is a really cool one. It's actually not even really Spectraflame. It's more of a silver Zamac body with these blue decals over it. So it's kind of a weird one. It's kind of a Zamac before the Chrome series come out in 2017 or whatever. So Phil, talk about Jurassic Attack with this weird looking.
Yeah, you were talking about the rims there. I don't know why they did the red line ones. There's one other truck where it fits into where it's the old style rim.
Yeah.
And it came out second. I don't know why. It was just super bizarre. But actually, this did peg warm a bit, but I actually appreciate this one a little bit more because I do like when the Spectraflames do these different bodies. It's not just the pickups and the SUVs. I like when they do think out of the box with like a 3D body. Maybe not the best execution. I'd like the picture, maybe like the purple one with a Spectraflame would be pretty cool, but really hard. I mean, you can't really make like that the headdress purple Spectraflame. So you get what you get here.
Yeah, interesting that Ryan brings up the 2017 category, the Chrome, because that's what I always looked at this truck, kind of just like a bare metal body, not really any spectacular in there. But I mean, I didn't mind it. I like the rims. I like the color of it. The thing sticking up in the back, what the drape or whatever, what is that called?
The frill.
The frill. I didn't like how they had that color. Kind of didn't match, but it's plastic. The body's metal. Made sense. I was starting to understand all that in these times. So I liked it. Didn't hate it. Good truck.
Yeah, okay. So Jurassic Attack Spectraflame number 3 of 80. So we have a lot of trucks this year. Last year was, what is it, 75 or something?
75 when there's only one or two variants, really.
Yeah, so they up it to 80, but they don't really give us more new things. They just start tossing
more variants if you're into that.
Yeah. So next up is number 4. It's the Superman, and it's part of the Mud Trucks series. So Mud Trucks continues on, and they will continue on for the remainder of Hot Wheels Monster Jam. So Superman, you can see they are using decal mud on this one. It's weird. They're covering the Hot Wheels logo, which usually is not a normal thing to do. But there's that side. They have some on the tailgate a little bit. Nothing on the front grille. So somehow it's defying the laws of physics that it's getting onto the hood here without getting anywhere on the grille. So that was kind of always a complaint of mine. And then it has a little bit on the hood, nothing in the cape. And I don't think anything else is really updated. Actually, I think this is the first year of the cape having the Superman logo. So besides that, it's just a pretty decent release of a mud truck. So Superman. So Phil, go ahead.
So you'd think that all these times we get that same old Superman, and then now we get it with the S on the cape, and by the way, now it's muddy. Same logic as before. You can do something new and different, make it standard, and then you muddy it, you Spectraflame it, you black out it, or whatever. Not the other way around. I mean, we do get a clean Superman eventually, but it's just like, man. That was a big thing. Have that extra feature. That was mainly the only thing I was missing on that Superman. I know they still have the weird decals on the hood that the real truck never had.
Yeah.
But those I think they eventually get eliminated before we're done with Superman.
Levi actually noted that they're not there anymore. They're gone.
What do you mean they're not there? Oh, surprise!
They're gone. Thank you, Levi.
No, don't thank him.
I just did. RJ, anything else to add to this one?
It's like they finally do something worthy of this old Superman, but then they change it, and you're like, God, guys, can we just the 1 year you guys could have released a normal Superman, and we get a mud Superman. So typical, but not terrible. Not terrible. I picked it up.
Yeah, okay. So Superman, really cool-ish. Depends on your definition of cool. So we're about to see. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. So,
I was just looking through all of them. So go to the first one.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, I know what it is. It's the official Monster Truck Series logo of Monster Jam logo version for Tropical Thunder. Tropical Thunder we talked about before. So if you want to watch the podcast where we actually talked about its debut and the information behind it, go check it out. We don't want to spend too much time on that specific truck. We also have Tropical Thunder with Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam. It also, if you notice, the graphics quality kind of went weird. It has the new graphic style, which will begin next year officially as the full time. So it's super blurry. And then we have, is it a number difference, Phil?
No, okay. So I had to look real hard, kids. Tattoo differences. So this second is actually the first version of that. So if you click on this, the numbers are different too, aren't they?
I don't know. Brian has it as 6. It is, yeah, it is different. Okay, so
but the differences are also the tattoo. So if you zoom in on that back, see the Monster Jam logo.
Can we get it up? No, I can't really see it. Okay, it's hard to see it.
So if you look at our Tropical Thunder here, the Monster Jam logo, it's that standard Monster Jam logo that we've seen for a number of years. It doesn't say Advanced Auto Parts on it, but it's a standard Monster Jam logo. That's the number 6 Tropical Thunder. If you go backwards to the number 5 Advanced Auto Parts version of Tropical Thunder, the Monster Jam logo was actually different on the tattoo sheet. If you want to show that second version again.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a couple where they changed tattoos.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I was so.
Also, I just want to note that.
Go ahead.
There's actually, I just noticed actually 3 variations, not just the tattoos, it's actually the truck itself. So this is the bad graphics version of the Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam logo. So if you see all these grainy graphics, this is the Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam logo, but clear.
Goodness.
So there's 3 Tropical Thunders out there.
And who asked for this?
No one, but Advanced Auto Parts logo changes and can pump out simple trucks, I guess.
So let's take a pause here because you're gonna see this with a couple more trucks.
Freddie Mercury.
It's like, if you guys remember when we started with the 2007 line, where there was a lot of new trucks or returning trucks from previous years, and then it kind of became a cycle where it's like, okay, you like the truck, well, you're going to see it again and again the next year. That's what you have in 2008 and 2009. And then 2010 came around. It was like, okay, we're changing everything. And then we cut back to 2011, and it's like 2010 never happened. And now we're doing the Tropical Thunder again. And you're going to see a couple other ones where it's like, here it is again. And here it is again. It's like 2010 never happened. It's like, yeah, we did all this crazy stuff for 2010, but let's just go back to the same thing we've done for the last 40 years. That's also the thing with like 2011, because it was like, well, what happened to our involvement? It's like, what, you didn't want Tropical Thunder again? It's like, no. What? Why?
This seems to be the staple of that. They brought it back for last year too. So
that's why they had it. So many.
Well, we'll go to the next one, and then the truck after it. Okay, I'll get ahead of myself, but you're gonna see it, guys. It's gonna be like, why?
Okay, so new truck, very popular truck until its retirement as well. The Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam Grinder.
What time is it?
It's grinder time, Phil.
What time is it?
Baby. It's grinder time.
Grinder time. Okay, so also you'll notice that actually this is a really cool thing, and I wish they would keep doing this for modern day stuff too, just kind of note things that are new. First editions, this little label starts to appear. Okay, so first edition, this is 2010. Oh, sorry, 20 should be 11. That's their mistake. So first editions, whatever year it is, it's a new logo style they're using, so that's cool. Grinder, the sponsorship or company truck of Advanced Auto Parts, obviously the overreaching sponsor of Monster Jam at the time for a long time. So Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam is basically what it's called for
a long time. People's truck.
It's a people's
truck. Service is our best part. All the great things, Grinder. I really do miss this truck. I wish it was still around because they had a version of Grinder in the later years where it had the movable gear, and that would have been an awesome truck to have done with that movable gear on a 164. Yeah. So anyway, Grinder, it's a sadly gone now retired truck, but it was a really cool one for its time, and Hot was made in several different occasions. There's going to be a difference in the tailgate some years later to be accurate to the real truck, but this was a great one. Most notable driver, I think, probably Lupe Sosa. That's my opinion, but there's definitely the drivers. So Phil, tell us who drove Grinder. Let us know.
RJ, do you know who drove Grinder?
I have some off the top of my head. I know Frank Kreml, Lupe, John Seasock, I believe, Nicole Johnson.
And there's one more.
Oh, golly gee. Oh, man. Phil's going to have to go ahead.
His name was Paul Cohen.
I was gonna say Paul Cohen.
Whoa! Okay, yeah. Everyone's like, what? Whoa. Okay, anyways, Grinder, yeah, it's a new truck for 2010. Layup for 2011. It's here in the first case. It's definitely the star of the first case. It's a basic red truck. Yeah, the Grinder was just your standard sponsored truck. Now I will say, like as years go on, a lot of sponsored trucks are SUVs to maximize the retail space of graphics. Grinder isn't that case, but I'm sure you could probably mention or mentally picture Grinder as an SUV. But nonetheless, there's not wrong here with the truck itself. Yeah, kind of funny how the packaging says first edition 2010. I don't know how in the world that even happened. I don't think that's the only one that says that too. I don't think they get that corrected for a couple of them, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think they're expecting us to criticize them years later on a podcast about them. So
sorry, D Dominator, your foot is in your mouth. Becky never drove Grinder.
What?
I was gonna say Paul Cohen, and I didn't. So I almost had it all. I love Grinder, always did. Didn't hate it. Being a NASCAR fan, you see the product placement, you see the product backing, and this was kind of that Monster Jam, just like with Blue Thunder or any other corporate sponsored truck.
Okay, so Mutant Zoomies does say RJ was going to say Dennis Anderson. He's not totally wrong. When they did that,
what was it?
When they did the Speed Dream Ride thing, he drove a 2-seater Grinder around for that like a second.
And he was
that doesn't count.
He had a digger on Adam's frame painted black too, I think.
Yes, that's where that picture comes from.
Yep.
Okay, so Grinder. A lot to talk about with Grinder, obviously. So next up is Thrasher. We've talked about Thrasher before, so we're not going to talk about it again to save some time. But the variation is the same variation. There's the official Monster Truck Series logo, and here is your Advanced Auto Parts Monster logo.
And this is exactly what I mean. Another truck where it's why.
Yeah, well, we're going to be saying that a lot for a long time.
From here on out, for the rest of history, we're going to be saying why every year.
Yeah, pretty much. And next up is Air Force Afterburner, U.S. Air Force Afterburner, to be more correct. This one is using, I think we talked about last episode, there was one where they took this off, and they will do it again. This one's using the old graphics where it says cross into the blue. That's not the current graphics sheet that the truck would be running. But there's that old logo, Official Monster Truck Series. And here is actually... funny, it's actually the new one I just talked about, with the bad graphics, with the Advanced Auto Parts Monstrum logo. So I guess they just had extra bodies of the old logo laying around with the old graphic sheet, and then they had this new one produced here. You can see the graphics has, the vibrance has changed. The plane, it looks like just like pixels. Yeah. You can't read this anymore. We're going to start seeing that a lot. So there's the new U.S. Air Force Afterburner. We've talked about this extensively. We talked about its debut. I don't think we really need to cover that one again. We might be able to actually get this done if we just continue to keep going on.
So, we can do it all in one if we want.
Yeah, we can try. So next up is Maniac. To my knowledge, this doesn't look anything new.
Why not?
So we're going to be looking at this corner right here, Official Monster Trucks Monstrum logo. And then Maniac actually gets a variant here. Chrome rims. The graphics sheet looks a little different to me. Let me actually compare that real quick.
Okay, the chrome rims, the second version is the winner, but graphic, are they changing?
No, I guess not. Maybe it's the paint color or something. But the new logo. This is still clear graphics, which is nice. So cool variation of Maniac for you guys to go find. This is actually like a candy blue color. So the other one's purple.
Yeah, but that's not, Maniac was already a peg warmer, so it's like now I got to go find one with chrome rims.
Why? Yeah, so chrome rims, if you really want a difference, chrome rims. And then we have another one, Rap Attack, so Official Monster Truck Series. And then we have Advanced Auto Parts, Monster Jam logo.
Why?
Okay, so let's pause real quick. Okay, so that's the first 10 trucks.
Yeah, first 10.
That's always like the first case. That's the first assortment of trucks. Do you remember the monstrous first 10 trucks of 2010? Yes. We spent an hour talking about those first 10 trucks.
Yeah.
There, out of the first 10 trucks, there was 8 brand new trucks.
Yeah.
In some way.
Yeah.
And here we get one brand new truck with a grinder. a mud truck, and a Spectraflame. What happened?
Or wait,
It's like Hot Wheels. That's the problem with 2011. The bar is just too high. It's like we did all of the budget for the next 40 years in 1 year, and now we have to pain through the beginning parts of 2011 because of our greediness in 2010. I'm sorry.
I think they just listen to the community too much and they bankrupt them, which happens because we have a lot of expensive tastes. So
Yeah.
I would definitely know. So yeah, what was new? Anything new? Grinder was new. Spectraflame technically new.
And then Mud
You
Truck.
were new, kind of, and this was a new graphic.
That didn't come till later. That was like
that actually comes out later in the year. Yeah.
Okay. Age. So we can get it right off the bat.
So one definite new, and then two iffy news.
Basically, you're buying 1 out of 10 instead of 8 out of 10.
Yeah, unless you're a variation collector, and you're buying them all.
Yeah, it's horrible. This is the year you stop collecting.
Yeah. So next up is Avenger. Out of all these tiny little logos, we're just looking at this one. So this here. Actually, this big one too on the back. So this one's going to change here. And here we are.
Here we go, guys.
Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam logo.
Why?
And Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam logo.
I will say the tattoos didn't change with these that say.
Yeah, actually, there's a good shot of the tattoo. So you can see they had like two versions of the logo. They had the mascot, and they had the truck itself. The rendering
weren't terrible. I mean, they're definitely more kid friendly, and I think there's a demand for like kids today to want tattoos. Yeah. So because I do see a lot of times like, hey, like we're just into the hobby and we're picking up all these tattoos. My kid wants it, so
yeah.
Okay, so here's some new stuff.
Yeah, so a really cool new model. Is it new? This one's new here?
No,
no. This one's not new. The next one's new. But this, I just love seeing this cast, and I love this Blue Thunder. It's my favorite model of Blue Thunder. Yeah. The Super Duty Blue Thunder here with the Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam logo. Built Ford Tough is still on there. Really cool graphics, very clear. So thankfully, this Blue Thunder never went through a process where it had the bad graphics. It just had beautiful paint, beautiful casting. And sadly, I think this is the last. I think this is the last year we're going to see it.
Weird because the real truck is running in 2011 with no Ford.
That makes sense. So here is the next edition of our kind of sub-series in the line. We've had Tilt-Offs. What was the other name there? Undercovers. We had X-Racers. Mud
Renegade Flame Shocks.
Shocks. I forgot.
And the hooks.
Hooks.
Mr. Krabs, the hooks.
Hooks and Spectraflame. So those are our new subcategories. I might have missed a couple if there were any others, but this was actually a really fun one, and sadly not very, long living, but it was around for a while, in like a couple years, and it was a great attempt at making the like the pit party function at home events that you would have work. Sadly, they never took it a step further and made trailers. I think if they made trailers for these things, these would be much more popular. They did make like this little flatbed trailer, but actual trailers to actually load. It just didn't take off. And Travel Treads is always like hailed as one of the best series ever. And I think if we were ever to revisit the series, either Spin Master or Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, I don't even know what I would do different about it, but something just, it wasn't right with this. And I don't know if it's because you couldn't take like the whole like axle off and remove the stuff. I don't know, but it just didn't take off the way they wanted it. But regardless, Travel Treads, it was basically, like it says, from stadium to street, onto the transport tires. For Monster Jam fans who are maybe new and don't know that the Monster Trucks don't load in the trailers with the tires that they actually run in the events, they go on to transport tires, which are these little funny looking tiny tires, and obviously are loaded up there. So they made this out of that concept and idea, which is actually really cool. You can pop the tires off. You have the little travel tires, or as they call them, Travel Treads. And yeah, so like I said, it didn't really take off that well, but it was a fun one. So Phil, tell us about Travel Treads.
It was a fun one. Phil, go ahead, even though I have a lot to say. Well, not really.
Are you done yet?
Yeah, I guess. I didn't start, but go ahead.
All right. So the reason why I said we have new stuff, so you showed that the boring Blue Thunder before this, it's because Travel Treads were not ready. when they came out.
Oh damn!
So this Blue Thunder doesn't come out till like a later case, so that's why. Like, sorry, folks, that travel treads we advertised were not ready because of tooling. It's all tooling and hazard and stuff, choking hazards. So here's Boring Blue Thunder hold you over. So that's why they're on a couple of these. There is standard and there's travel because the travels were not ready yet. This was something I know community talked about a lot because, as you mentioned, Ryan, a lot of people know how the trucks get from events to events, and this is very creative. And I think we're seeing a lot more now from the both toy companies realizing that kids want to recreate kind of what they see at the events.
Yeah.
Cool thing Spin Master has done with construction vehicles. They've actually put scoops in the Monster Jam event. So that's a great tie-in there. And, of course, the whole Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live is their toy. So, that wasn't really a thought process about 9 years ago. So this was something that was worth trying. Yeah, it would probably been a lot better if Hot Wheels could have thought of a hauler to put these in. I know New Ray, an outside company, did a cool Gravedigger hauler that was able to do fit one of the travel treads. But Hot Wheels did give us a little bit of like a flatbread. So flatbread.
Wow.
Bread.
Reset that one there.
Flatbed.
Okay, there you go.
Kind of like an old school monster truck trailer going down the road. So that's cool. I did like these. I think it added creativity. I think maybe some people tried to play with these in Carpet League and hard run and a tire goes flying off or something. So you could kind of think outside the box with these. I wish it would have stayed around a lot longer. I really do. I think there were some legs. Those flatbed trailers last a lot longer.
There you go.
Than mainline travel treads. So that's it for flatbread. Go ahead, RJ.
All right. So these things, as a carpet veteran that I was, or carpet league veteran that I was, these were it. Holy cow! I was excited for these. You could. If anybody remembers our past podcast, they did make haulers. These kind of didn't fit in them.
Yeah.
But for out in the parking lot of the stadium carpet league, you got the whole setup. You got the fleet trucks pulling up, Digger next to his hauler, Blue Thunder next to his, and like Phil said, in a freestyle, Get Wild breaks the wheel off. It is a little funky with the travel tread being there, but it's. For the time period it came out, it was awesome, and I would love for Spin or Mattel both to go back and visit this because this is very cool.
Well, based off of what we've seen, if one does it, the other is going to do it in competition. So one of them needs to budge, and one of them needs to do it for both of them to do it. So that's just
flatbread and travel treads. Let's get it.
Okay, so number 12, Blue Thunder. Funny how both are number 12. So,
yeah, well, that's because we got the. That's because we got the. I told you this already. The silly one.
Whatever. Yeah, first. I feel like it could have been a different number, but anyway, number 13. We're now entering.
Oh, go ahead.
So you want to talk about
the wrong one?
No, I just want to Phil's eyes again because it's Donkey Kong.
Oh, here it
is. This is the last time we have to do it, right?
This is the last time, Phil. All right, there it is. That was the encore and retirement of Donkey Kong. Didn't get one last time. He was too mad about Easter Beast Donkey Kong. So there's the extra bit. So Spectraflame Donkey Kong, what a waste. Sorry, but it really was a waste. So this one's actually the variation with the old hub. So that's really
the second release.
Yeah.
This is the
one.
This doesn't exist.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say Brian has it. He might be watching. Brian has it.
One of those off and pretend that didn't happen. There's no dark and light versions.
Yeah, when it comes to paint color, unless it's verified that they changed the paint color, it could just be a doubled up layer of.
This is like tomato red, blood red, candy apple. This is sorry.
Unless the sheet, the PS codes that they use for paint have changed and they actually changed the paint color. This is not that case. This is just a double up on Spectraflame candy color. So there's that. By the way, there's those new rims. But there's this Donkey Kong. The thing about Donkey Kong was that they did have Spectraflame, and then the face is just normal. And it was just, they were trying to capitalize on Donkey Kong. I get that, and it's a really cool truck. But Spectraflame just it didn't fit well, and I think most people will agree with me, and everyone and Phil, I'm sure, also on this, that this one just wasn't good. Easter Beast, it was like 2 double ups of Donkey Kong being really bad. Easter Beast and then Spectraflame, and it's just like, okay, retire the truck already, we're done. And they did. So there's Donkey Kong. Anyone want to add anything to this? I really think
didn't hate it.
Yes, go ahead, RJ. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I didn't hate it. It wasn't great. I mean, like Ryan said, the paint, half of it being cool, half of it being the same. You're like, but I get it. I mean, it's its last year they can use it. They just want to use it, but they've already made it regular. They don't want to waste the travel tread on it, so let's throw this paint on it and shove it out there for consumption. There we go. Jeez.
And I'm kind of surprised you even get Donkey Kong, because Donkey Kong doesn't run in 2011. So it's very weird how this stretches for another year. So maybe they signed for more years on toy than real life. But yeah, elephant in the room or donkey in the room. This truck looks like poop. It's brown polished copper poop. It's that's why it's one of my favorites, because it's just.
I didn't mind it.
I know this is like a family show, and I'm trying not to sound ridiculous, but it looks like poop.
It's a family show.
I look at this truck and it reminds you of poop.
Interesting. Yep. Not what it reminds me of.
So,
good stuff.
Sorry, Digger's Diecast posted a really, really cool custom. I was commenting. So yeah, Donkey Kong, number 13 of 80. There's 2 variations. Sorry, one does not exist. It's just a difference in this. It's funny. I remember this headache back when the Golden Machines were out, and we'll talk about this at the last year of how it was Monster Jam. People were certain that they had a dark variation and a light variation of each Golden Machine, and I was just about to step into the world of trying to buy all the variations of it, but I was like, no, they don't exist to me. So this doesn't exist to me either. I agree with Phil on that one. We have differences in opinion on other variations, but this one definitely, Spectraflame. And also mud variations with heavy mud and light mud. Brian Patz even said himself he doesn't believe in it. So we'll go with that. Next up is Iron Outlaw, number 14 of 80. This is the Mud Trucks edition of Iron Outlaw. You can tell that you can see you can just see the graphics color difference between the 2 systems. This is now the grainy graphics, and you can see how much it's just like the saturation on it got turned down like 30%. So yeah, it's not the clearest thing in the world anymore. It's also a bad tempo slide on his, where you can see the fenders here, but yeah, the mud's okay. I mean, it's like dust instead of mud, not much. Differences in color on the mud as well, from the hood to the side panel. A little bit. I mean, I don't even know what this is. This is not mud. They really got lazy with this one.
That's the handprints from crawling up and refueling during a mud show, I guess.
Okay, maybe. They got the mud correct on the face, but they didn't get it. I have no idea what's going on there. I'm not going to try to comment. Once again, define the laws of physics. They did not paint on the grill, but they put the headlights. But they put some mud on the hood. Somehow, again, slinging like sideways instead of forwards. Who knows how that happens? Nothing in the roof. Just a little bit on the hood there. And yeah, that's Iron Outlaw. The truck itself, I love Iron Outlaw, but the mud job they did for future ones started to be worse and worse and worse.
This was the first time we see it after like what? The motor oil one.
Well, it sneaks in 2009, right at the beginning, but it's all Q torque, right? I think that's how it goes.
I feel like this was the first time it came back. That's why I remember picking it up.
Well, the problem is, coming back, it has no Checker Shucks Kragen on it.
Yes.
Once again, you're gonna do something new. It's got to be clean.
Yeah.
It's new. It ain't clean.
That's what I hated about this too. It was a new truck, a mud truck, and it was not a new truck, but it was a new look. And you were like, it's in a mud truck, dang it. But yeah, not terrible.
Yeah, and it's things like this. Again, side noting here, and we'll get into this in the future episodes of Spin Master. It's things like this, these mud trucks getting released with first-time edition, sometimes only ever being a special edition, that motivated this current Spin Master team to make sure that things came out. If they were going to be special, they came out second. The only time we're going to see that happen so far in their entire 3-year almost history is Thunderbus. Thunderbus came out in Dirty to Clean first, or will be coming out in Dirty to Clean first, but it still will be coming out normally in singles. What else got a release? I think it was also Reveal the Steel Black. El Toro Loco got that special release, and then this year we're getting a new one. So they've tried their best to kind of stay away from doing that, because that was number one note. It was this kind of stuff that I noted to them, and they also knew this from their own logistics and looking into the line success and failures of Hot Wheels Monster Jam stuff. That was a huge thing that I was like, please don't ever do this to us. Don't ever make a special edition off of a first edition. So thankfully, at least in many ways, we're protected from that now. But back then, this is what happened. You would sometimes only ever see a first edition model with a special mud scheme. If it was mud, you were really in trouble because it changed the scheme. But if it was like clear crushers or whatever those are called, you could change the rims and the tires off. But when it was something like this and it actually covered the scheme, you were out of luck. So yeah, that's that. Barbarian.
This is a brand new truck.
Yeah,
so this actually says 2011 on its seal here. So first editions. Barbarian, a truck that we're going to see until I think the retirement of Hot Wheels Monster Jam. So we're going to see a couple different changes with this over time. But this is the Barbarian. You can see there, Kaboom Motorsports, Monster Truck Racing. And I'll let Phil tell us about Barbarian while I go get some water.
Yes. Well, good old Barbarian.
Oklahoma's own, Phil.
Our man, devoted man for Jesus. If that's what you want to believe. That stands for. No, he is. He's a devoted man for Jesus. Don't worry. Devin Jones, awesome independent. Return of Barbarian into toys and everything. So any old school monster truck dork knows about the original Barbarian, how it was like a blacklisted name for so many years. The Devin Jones is now the Barbarian. He worked to get that name more involved. That's why sometimes he ran like the alter ego name.
Yeah.
So he could get events. But then Barbarian. That's always like
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Barber Saul and flatbread tonight, folks.
I did 2 tours with Barbarian too. I should know this. He's back in action here. We get this toy. It fits. This is definitely one of the top trucks for the year because it's a brand new independent. It's a brand new truck. It's right up everyone's alley for what they want. So
I loved it. Of course, being an Oklahoma truck, it was great to see. Go ahead, Phil. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. I'm trying to find a picture or something.
I just, at first, I didn't. Did I even know? Yeah, I knew Devin. I knew Devin was from Oklahoma in like 2009. But anyways, when this came out, very cool to see. Just like seeing Christopher Bell win a cup race and be Oklahoma. Anything from Oklahoma is cool to me. And when motorsports is involved, that's a plus. So this was super cool. Argument truck of the year, definitely in the top 5.
I forgot to mention a couple things at the beginning of the podcast, actually, and I just got a chance to walk and get some water and pick up something on my way back. Shout out to our friend Max out there. He supplied us for the hefty price of one employee, 2021, Gravedigger, the fish food that Phil promised everyone and all our viewers, all 70 watching right now, to eat. So sometime soon, we're not sure what episode yet, we're going to have him do a little taste test on, actually, let me just check it out here.
He's opening it live on camera.
Of course, I open everything. What are these?
He just ripped that baby open.
They're floating sticks.
Ryan, just go full screen if you can.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. They're floating sticks, everyone. So this is our little advertisement for Tetra Tichlid or Cichlid. Floating sticks. So Phil, maybe RJ, I'll send him some too, and we'll all test it out at the same time, just to make sure Phil's not alone here. There's the Firemouth Racing, really cool container for it. It also, we talked about this a long time ago. It actually says right there, you can win a spot on the Tetra Cichlid Firemouth Monster Crew, or instantly win one of 2,000 Firemouth Racing prize packs. So that was fun. So let's bring back everyone else. So there's Phil. He's happy about it. He's happy about it. You can blame Max for this one.
You're weird.
Floating sticks. They're any expiration date on these guys?
Oh, there's gonna be one. There's gotta.
When
on the bottom or top, probably, or
it went bad. George Bush was president. You kidding me?
Yeah, we've had a couple presidents since then.
Half our listeners weren't even born when that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, also, so I originally had a plan to make this episode 20, But since the OCD Meltdown announcement happened, we're going to actually have Taylor Andes on episode 20 to talk about the design process of OCD Meltdown and kind of the inside.
I don't care.
So episode, of course you don't care that got pushed. Episode 20 is going to be OCD Meltdown. So we try to do every 10 episodes a special edition episode. We got lucky with Brian Patton and then followed up by Christmas special. So episode 20 we'll have Taylor on. I'll have these two guys here as well. If they want to ask me questions, we'll have a list of questions from the audience as well. So there's a Q&A thing on OCD Meltdown and the whole story for that. So those are my announcements midway through this episode. Now we'll go back to what we're talking about. I'm sure Phil, while I was away, talked about this whole thing. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, but I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay. Continue on.
Yeah, Mr. I have fish news or whatever.
I do.
Fish food, a new truck to talk about. Don't care what Phil has to say. Carry on. No, I'm just kidding.
Anywho, right before we went on here tonight, I got a whole Insta DM from Monster Jam Stuff. So make sure you check out Monster Jam Stuff. He's been a fan since he was 4. Nice. And he doesn't see any point of stopping. I like that attitude. He kindly reminded me that in the 2011 yearbook, they actually show a picture of Barbarian as a travel tread. If you want to go on me real quick.
Okay, let's bring you in.
Yeah, there's our...
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought Bounty Hunter was different for a second. Oh, yeah, there it is. Cool.
It's kind of weird. Also, it's kind of funny. They show 124s, and it's just Barbarians 164.
Yeah.
With the travel tires as well. So it's kind of weird how that.
So I don't think we ever do get that one. So that's a canceled one. So pretty cool. There's a canceled truck for you guys in 2011. Okay, are we good now on Barbarian?
Yeah, we can go away now.
Okay, so number 16 is nothing new. Arachnophobia is back, and the graphics are worse than ever. That is horrendous.
I do have to stop and clarify something. I was very mean about Arachnophobia last episode. I now take back what I take back about Arachnophobia. We were on good terms. So,
okay,
go ahead.
So that's okay. Yeah. So the logo is going to change. That's basically all you're buying this for. Is the logo.
Did I mention how this truck looks like a shoe?
No. Now I can't unsee it. Okay, Arachnophobia. We talked about anything we're skipping really for the new viewers. If this is your first time, if we're skipping too fast for you, we've talked about these trucks extensively in past episodes. That's why we're going through them too quick. No logo. So this is
Captain's Curse. It has no logo because the original Captain's Curse toys didn't have a Monster Jam logo on it. Isn't that weird?
It is very weird. Same with Backwards Bob. First editions didn't have them. So we'll see that added on right
better than the badge or brand
now.
What does that say?
Hold on.
What was the font?
Captain's Curse has 2 AAP black, AAP chrome. So I'm pretty sure.
What is this? Oh, whoa! Actually,
inside
like them exploding out.
No, that's. So they update with the Advanced Auto Parts logo. There's one run where the insides, the frame of the truck is chassis is black, and the other one is chrome. And based off of Ryan's reactions, I feel like
I did not know we needed that. I needed that. Yeah. Great. It's always a fun day when you find a variation that you thought you had. Okay, so Captain's Curse. We talked about that one a lot. In a couple weeks
now,
here,
Ryan. So I'll put it out here, and I'm gonna make him take this back. Ryan will give you an employee truck if you have that Captain's Curse CD.
I will not give you an employee truck. We're coming up. Captain's Curse.
I'll just be nice if you want to send it to me. I don't know.
I use my employee truck privileges for this. So that's about as far as we're gonna go.
I will give you. Okay, go ahead. Move on to
Levi. Give it to me now.
We'll give you a fish.
Look at everyone's getting excited. No, I'm joking. Stop it. All right. Number 18 is Brutus. It's another Y.
I was gonna say actually. Sorry. This truck always reminds me of Neil Vandenberg, and we're coming up here soon on Neil Vandenberg Day. We can't forget the 21st.
Oh, I forgot Neil Vandenberg Day.
Sadly, we're one day off of a Neil Vandenberg Day podcast because it's the 22nd that the Monday lands on. So we'll celebrate it a day later, but don't forget, everyone better celebrate. Okay, so Brutus, literally the tiniest thing in the world. This little thing.
The tiniest damn logo change in the
Why?
history.
There it is.
Why?
Oh, is this time? Is it time
But
for this?
okay, now here comes the cool bean.
It is time.
What we've all waited for all year. Here it is.
Uh-huh.
Maximum Destruction, finally done on the correct tooling. What would this be? 10 years later? 10 years later? Yeah, 10 years later. So, wow, those are some interesting taillights. 10 years later, we finally get Max D on the futuristic SUV that it actually debuted as, with Goldberg and Team Ments and Maximum Destruction. We've been seeing that silly render body for just too long. And it's not the last time we'll see it. We'll get sadly a little return of that later on. But for the foreseeable future, this new casting until it becomes Spike Max D. Spike Max D gets this casting too, and then it gets Spikes. But for a long time, we'll see this. So 2011, a very pleasant surprise. We had that, whatever it was called. Phil, what was that called last time when you talked about this casting?
The deluxe jumper.
Deluxe jumper. So we got that deluxe jumper, kind of a hint towards this becoming a reality in diecast form. And we finally do get it in 124, 164. The only thing in this first edition model is that these logos, this Monstrum logo should be up here. Hot Wheels logo shouldn't even be there, but it's kind of a first edition, so not too much wrong with it. Obviously, people are going to say this. Obviously, now with Spin Masters, they did all these different like wrap jobs across the entire truck. So looking back at this now, it's like, whoa, that's really different. But for the time, this was wonderful, and I remember seeing this on eBay, flipping out because that was my only way of knowing of new things, and I was just beyond excited for it. So here it is, Maximum Destruction in all its glory. I think we'll see this championship start to change as time goes on too, so they start catching that. And yeah, so Maximum Destruction, I think both of these guys want to talk about this because there's a lot to talk about with this casting. So whoever wants to start first, go ahead.
Me first. Yeah, this is big deal to have this truck. It's an absurd. Oh, goodness gracious. What? Let's get Kirk out.
Yeah.
Man, this is a big deal to finally have
fix that
body out here. If you got to hear the story on the old body, why it is, go back to our very first episode. We talk about in great detail the original rendering of the Goldberg body. So why it took so long to fix this is it's such a popular truck. At this time, it is 8-time world champion, and then it continues to expand. Still a popular truck. This is still basically the body the truck runs, except it has a bunch of spikes on it now. So what a massive deal. This is a big deal, way too long coming, and finally we have it.
Yeah, Levi wasn't doing his moderating job, so I had to just put him on timeout. I can't remove comments from StreamYard, so yeah. RJ, tell us, what do you think?
Like, the mecca of carpet leagues have arrived. I mean, outside of like an accurate Gravedigger body, this is like, this was great. I think, of course, at this time I knew what the MTC forum was. I was on there every freaking day, and seeing everybody's comments about it and knowing it was coming out had me hyped. And I mean, still looking back, arguably one of the best trucks they've done. And I mean, like we should have known better about Team Ments in 2017. Should have got this instead of that. That would have been cool to see. But love this truck. Still do today. I like it a lot. Staple.
Yeah, I agree. Sadly, Team Ments won't get this luxury of this casting specifically.
Man, biggest fail of that year, I think. But go ahead.
Yeah, one of the biggest fails of all. I really think that was just. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in that episode. I want to save the story I have specifically tailored to that for that story. For that
episode, like next September.
But man, that's going to be something you're going to. Yeah, we'll talk about it. So Monster Mutt, I just saw Travel Treads. Okay, so this is the normal Monster Mutt. Finally, they're using the correct logo on the packaging. Thank you for continuity reasons, which I'm a big fan of. There's like a spot on his, but the Advanced Auto Parts Monster logo, so it's a new variation of Dalmatian. Sorry, Monster Mutt. This is also new. 2010 Freestyle Champion has the tag there. Obviously, the year before. Older graphics, by the way, since they're decals, they do have this weird thing sometimes where they'll crack and like bubble up. So that's that there if you're seeing
Yeah,
that.
Yep.
Also, I've noticed that because it's a decal wrap and it's not the current DJI process, they couldn't paint over these edges, so it's like really, really weird. I think
that's
am I
new.
mistaken?
Ugly show, right?
Yeah, something's new about this. I think it's
Why?
I think the graphics have been
The world
improved.
title, or was it? Yeah, it has to be, right?
Yeah, something's changed about this. I can't tell which one. Either, let me actually, real quick, everyone. We're gonna go back to an older Monster Mutt.
Folks, stop the presses.
2004. Let's grab older Monster.
You're the one that's changed, Ryan.
Where is Monster Mutt? Oh, that's not Monster Mutt. Hold on. Thanks, Phil.
Weird. I found Cyborg Shark, their last original today, and dusted it off. So
where is Monster Mutt? Am I missing it? Am I scrolling past it rapidly in my panic? There it is.
There it is.
Okay, maybe nothing is new. I thought something changed. Maybe it's the real life truck that changed, but I don't know why they couldn't do that on the newer model because they were doing it on older models. Anyway, sorry for the sidebar. Monster Mutt, just that new tag with the was it Charlie? I think it was Charlie. Yeah, it's been a long time. Charlie Potkin won that freestyle, an amazing freestyle. So next is the Travel Treads version of Monster Mutt. I promise I won't go searching for older Monster Mutts now. This one is something's changed again. Oh, yeah, the Hollywood logo got moved. Yeah, they put it there for whatever reason. So besides that, Travel Treads Monster Mutt, same dog tag, same not doing this, even though we've done in the past thing going on. Yeah, and yeah, so Travel Treads. I think since we covered it pretty extensively in the first time, we don't really want to talk about it again with this one.
Yeah.
Okay. RJ, do you have a carpet league?
No, just like I said, every training or travel tread gives you a chance to have a Carnage freestyle or a pre-show unload. So
or a good chance to customize your trucks. Think about the possibility.
True.
All right. So with that said, we're back to Spectraflames. I'm not sure if that's a new graphic on the bottom of Spectraflame that says paint finish. I think they were trying to help this. Like some people probably wouldn't get the difference between a normal bone shaker and a charcoal chrome bone shaker because, again, we've talked about this many times in the past. We'll keep saying it. The black paint difference is not the most notable difference. The blue paint difference is also not the most notable paint difference. So I get why they added paint finish onto this graphic here to try to help it sell as a variation, but this bone shaker was not the most notable difference in the world. So there's that. Anyone want to talk about this? It's kind of
not really, but you do bring up a good point. If you could, unless RJ has something to add.
I was just gonna say, it gives me an idea of what they should do to their new bone shaker. But go on.
Big brain. If you can go to where the card backs are real quick, just click on like the Mix B one or Mix A. You do bring up a good point where like it's labeled Spectraflame paint finish. They're really big into just littering every truck with badges this year. Like everybody, this is like everybody's got a little something to them. It's like you got the freestyle champions, first editions in looks like it's 2010 on that.
They tried to cover it. With
this paint finish, mud tread to explain what they are.
Champion over
And then there's some like that happen later on that they just really stretch. They're like,
that's kind of smart. That's not terrible.
Like when War Wizard comes out, I think it says like the Wheelie of the Year or Team.
Dude, I gotta see some of those. That's
like they just try to include everybody with awards, and it just gets really. It's a nice idea, but not when everybody's got their cake too.
Yeah, okay. So I just looking at that scroll down, we're not going to get to all of it today, but we're going to try to go as far as we can. So next up is a brand new truck, another new truck here, Mechanical Mischief. I'll let Phil talk about the story in just a moment. Noting that the 2010 badge is back again. Somehow Barbarian got the 2011 one. Weird tailgate graphic. They didn't really size it up properly. Nothing there. And that. So Mechanical Mischief, tell us why this is here, Phil.
Because it's a brand new truck. Actually, Mechanical Mischief. Oh, well, you have something.
Black chassis. I was just noting the black chassis. Go ahead.
So a big brain, right? Didn't Freedom Force become Mechanical Mischief, or is that completely not correct?
I don't know. You're the historian.
I didn't hear it. What?
Freedom Force Wait, no.
No.
Wait, what truck was Mechanical Mischief before?
Goodness gracious.
Levi's gonna beat you to it. Watch.
I hope so, because I don't remember. So while they figure that out, so Mechanical Mischief was running for a period of time. This is a Hot Wheels design scheme. If you couldn't really tell, it's hard to see with some of the blurry graphics, but there's a lot of like little mechanical robot-looking dudes on here. It's a real busy truck. Jim Burns was the guy that drove this truck for a long time. He did sell operation. Now Josh Baumgartner runs the truck out of Minnesota, I believe. He's up there somewhere. So the name is still running around. This was a pretty cool one, man. It was another independent getting another shot at a toy. But unfortunately, just like Shock Therapy, Mechanical Mischief becomes a big peg warmer as the years go on. There's this, I think maybe the scheme is too busy. The name is kind of, if I'm a kid, so like I know how many times their parents, like they teach, their kids learn their words with their Monster Jam trucks. So I hear that a lot. Somebody says Jim built it himself.
Levi also backs that up, and Jacob would know because he's a very big indie fan. So
okay.
Okay. So it was built on his own.
Yeah, so a lot of people,
the other paint scheme it had before this, maybe could be
maybe
wrong.
I'll rethink what I was talking about. So anywho, so a lot of kids like they learn their words with their monster trucks. I've heard that a lot of times over the years, where it's like then the kids going online naming all the trucks like Gravedigger, El Toro, Bulldozer.
Mechanic.
Yeah. This is a very wordy truck for a child, and I think that's part of the problem too. It's big, it's long. I love. Listen, I've done an event with Jim Burns, great group of people, and Mechanical Mischief's been around for a while, but that's always been my perspective with the truck. It's just way too mouthful. It's like a tongue twister at the same time.
Yeah, it was great to see back then. I didn't hate it. It definitely peg warmed straight off the bat at my locals. We definitely had I was making a couple customs out of old muscle machines. F in the chat. See, it's so hard to say. I can't even say it. Mechanical Mischief. Had a bunch of them. I didn't mind it though. It was very cool seeing an independent get a first edition because those were cool back then. We should bring those back. Go ahead. Anybody else? That's it. That's all I got.
No, I'm just
just carry on.
Just enjoying the Phil slip up there.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
I do like for this other scheme, Mechanical Mischief, that never made.
Yeah, the original one.
A lot easier to read.
Yeah. Oh, that one. I remember that one.
Second version of Mechanical Mischief. Obviously, you can't read it on my cell phone. I'm just looking up on the old Google on the.
That was the. No, yeah, I feel like that's the one that the Freestyle Manias he did it with that one first, and then switched.
It's a lot more legible.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go to
so quickly going through it again. These are kind of we're ramping back up into fast.
Prowler, back from 2010.
Wow, 2010 coming back to see us.
Old logo.
New logo.
New logo. Still
new
good
logo
graphics.
came out late, I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I could tell by the difference there. Actually, never mind. We're slowing back down. Covert Crasher. This is the last time you're going to see. I forget what this. Yeah, the casting itself has a name.
In the back and all the more 2005.
6.
Yeah, 2006. So this one's back from that weird year where everything's morbid, but really cool though. But this is the last time we're going to see this casting. I can't remember what the casting's called. So the Hot Wheels fans that knew last time, tell me again. The real life like Hot Wheels car is like super squishy. So they really stretched this thing out. But yeah, it's the last time we're going to see this casting here. We'll see it replaced by a newer the Dairy Delivery. Actually, we already have Dairy Delivery is already existing, so that's probably why Covert Crasher and that casting kind of just faded off in the distance. So I think it's Cool One. Is that it? Yeah, Cool One. I just saw the comments as I was saying in my mind. So Cool One. Not lasting very long, but Covert Crasher, pretty cool. So covert missions, obviously secret missions, Crasher for the monster truck theme, some camo, some flames, army green paint scheme. Not, out of all the 3 different trucks they made off Cool One, this is not the most exciting. I still think Chill Out's the best one, in my opinion. I like the graphics layout. SWAT, I honestly would think is better than this one.
SWAT was a good one, too.
This one's just kind of, but it is, a one-time release. It's the last time we're going to see Cool One, so I'll give it that. But other than that, it's not the most exciting thing in the world. So, Phil, RJ, go ahead.
This is my least favorite out of this casting. I'm actually not even a fan of the name. I think Covert Crasher is confusing as well for children. I mean, I just see this big word covert. I think I honestly thought for the longest time the name of this truck was Covert Crusher because everything's crushing in monster trucks, not crashing. So that always made it difficult for me. And I kind of look at some of the other versions. We talk about Chill Out, where it's like the ice cream clowns from Good Humor Abyss. And then you got the SWAT, which is your, stereotypical truck for this casting. This, I think, just has a lot more left to be desired. It's great to see it here. But as Ryan enjoys his fish food dinner, RJ, what do you think?
That was
this one was not. Yeah, I think Chill Out, or was that whatever the original concept?
Yeah, Chill Out, man.
Okay, Chill Out's P1, SWAT's P2. This thing's P3. I don't really like it. It was okay. I remember giving this one to my cousin, being like, "Here's a monster truck to play with, 3-year-old," and he was like, "Green truck," and I was like, "Yeah, that'll work," because I was like, the name's too complicated. But yeah, I didn't mind it. It was okay. It was okay.
So Tyler Ramirez, who's actually in the Armed Forces Army, didn't know what covert means, which is sorry, I told everyone in the comments if you didn't know what covert meant. Covert means secret or hidden. So it's usually a name used in armed forces missions that are covert or secret.
Yep.
That's like talking about politics in a state you don't live in.
Okay. Anyway, so that's why this army theme is here. So anyone that was confused about the army color or the camo color, covert. So Covert Crasher.
It's never a good thing if we have to really explain the theme.
Yeah. Like Shark Reek Wreck.
We're not experts, so
we already talked about Shark Reek. So we can avoid. Oh, look at they actually added the divers for us.
Ooh,
so the divers.
Ryan went up for those divers like he found a golden ticket in a chocolate bar.
Yeah, because last time we were debating whether or not they're divers, I can tell by this tiny little red one that these are the divers but flipped. So cool, I guess. We talked about Shark Reek, not Wreck. Last time, I'm thankful we don't have to talk about it again. So there's that Monster logo on the tail, and there's your new one. Okay, click the right one. Right there. So yeah. Until next time.
That little fine change was so worth it.
Wrecking Crew, there's your logo, and there is your logo.
Another one that's why. This is why is Wrecking Crew not a mud truck this year? It was Spectraflame the previous year. Why is this not a travel tread?
I just found that spectacular flame destroyed.
Why again?
Carry on. Yeah.
What I was saying.
I agree.
I was saying was I didn't notice this detail, these Lexan bolts here for this little window insert. So that's pretty cool. But besides that, Wrecking Crew's the same. Also the same is Bad News Travels Fast with the new Advanced Auto Parts logo. I'm trying to get through these as quick as I can. And then now we have Travel Treads, Bad News Travels Fast, which is an interesting one to have in Travel Treads. I also failed to mention when we first talked about this that these are the Spectraflame rims unpainted, which are also, funny enough, similar to the rims they use now. I don't think we need to talk about this. We talked about Bad News Travels Fast last time, or the first time it debuted. This one, however, is really cool. So Nitro Circus, like we discussed, only comes out very few times. It comes out in singles packs. It comes out in a multi-pack. Then it comes out as a Spectraflame, which is actually really noticeable. So this one's a beautiful one. I love the reds when they do the reds. So it's a cherry red Nitro Circus with the Advanced Auto Parts Monstrum logo. And other than that, nothing new. So if anyone wants to talk about this, go ahead. But
yeah, maybe the best Spectraflame of all time. Right here.
I do like this one. Yeah.
This is so noticeable. It's like, again, like some of these other Spectraflames, we have to sit here and be like, well, it's like the black paint, or it's weird when it's like Dalmatian. It's like, no. This is exactly when you say, give me a Spectraflame, you're like, this is what it should look like. Yeah. This is to a T. All you're changing is that red. So it's a lot of, not a lot to change. This is the last time we get Nitro Circus in a single. We only get that standard in 2010, and then the Spectraflame here, and then the other double packs, and then it gets like a deluxe jumper, a donut smusher, whatever the heck was
flatbread driver.
Yeah, Pastrana Land, yada yada.
Hot dogs. Yep.
Okay, I'm getting notes in the comments that this is different.
Oh yes, did you also get a message from your Save the Snack?
No, I got a message in the comments. It might be because the newer graphic style that it looks like it is, at least. So that could be the difference we're talking about. I don't know if the tailgate is that different. I don't think it is.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's go back to wrecking.
Okay, we're talking about the graphics quality. Levi noted something else. Levi made a good note. I missed this. The eyeballs on the official Monster Truck series Shark Week are still there because that's the old produced body. The new one, you'll never see them again. They took them off, which they were kind of silly anyway. So buy eyeballs on the front windshield. So there's that. And welcome back to Peg Warmer Land.
No,
they try everything with this truck.
No, you're not listening to Phil.
Never works.
Go back.
Wait, what? Oh, okay.
Go back.
Guys.
Where do you want to go, Phil?
Go back to wrecking.
Nitro Circus.
I thought I noticed that. This is added now.
Okay, AvengersRacing.com is added to the Advanced Auto Parts version. You're moving way too fast. You're giving me anxiety. Shout out to Safe Snacks. I don't know. Do you have an essay to do or something?
No, I have not done this in a week, so I'm not paced the right way.
My man.
I'm working on fast schedules now, Phil. We've been gone for a whole week. Okay, yes. Sorry, I noticed that, but I didn't really think it was new. So yes,
AvengersRacing.com. That's the whole point of this.
AvengersRacing.com is new. The eyeballs on Shark Creek are gone, and the graphics on Bad News Travels Fast are bad. There's a difference in the last set of trucks. Those are the new differences.
That stinky truck.
What do you need to go back? This thing? Okay.
No, Scarlet Bandit. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, this thing. Okay. So Scarlet Bandit. Welcome back to the scene one more time, and this is not the last time. The mud treads. So mud treads are here. There's some mud on the side with a new logo. Very, very minor mud on the back. Define physics mud. Very few drops of it.
It's so ridiculous because in 2010, do we not get a hot pink brand new Scarlet Bandit?
Yes, we do. And they go back in time, pull this off, slap it on,
take off the checker shucks Kragan.
Just completely.
Again, it's like we forget. It's like they forgot 2010 existed. It's like, okay, good job with 2010. You're all fired.
Yeah, it's so good. We can't do that again. So let's just go back and.
They sunk the budget. That's why they got fired.
They lost the files for all the 2010 trucks. It's like, we lost it. Go back to 2009. They'll never know. Except this is the biggest peg war in the history of Monster Trucks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yuck.
So, I feel like we'll let Phil discuss this. I feel like we've seen a Spectraflame before. Wait, this is not a Spectraflame. It looked like a Spectraflame. Anyway, this really is a really bad episode.
We saw the Spectraflame in 2010. We get regular again in 2011. Why is this not a mud truck? Why is this not a travel tread? Why is this not even a new line? You could have put a yellow piece of plastic in front of this thing. So here's the regular one. It's the same old El Matador that with the old Monster Jam logo. Here's the next one with the Advanced Auto Parts logo. They actually changed a Hot Wheels logo on this too. The first one has a black logo. This one is a red logo.
And the graphics quality is, you can tell by the flames has changed. You can't even see the flames anymore.
Graphics have gone down because we go back to the water slide. It's industry wide at this point.
Yeah, so there you go.
Let's take a pause for the cause real quick. I should say Hot Wheels does change their logo at this time. Back to like the old school one where the tip isn't cut off. Okay, that's 30 trucks out of 80. How many new trucks have we received?
We're going to count as much as we can. So 1, 2, 3.
No, how about we don't and realize the only new trucks are Grinder, Barbarian, and Mechanical Mischief, and Covert Crasher.
Covert Crasher.
And then you get like a new body Max D you need. Okay. So there's maybe 5, 6 trucks you need to kick off the first 30 trucks. If you go back to 2010, I think we only re-released 2 trucks in the first 30. It's something ridiculous.
No.
Why?
They got fired. They had to have.
Let's continue on with the sadness. Number 31 is War Wizard.
Sadness.
Here is the old War Wizard.
There's the big truck of the year, folks.
Yeah, so there's that old logo. I want to note the roof here. So look at the roof, the way the War Wizard is written on the roof. With the updated logo, with the updated graphics as well, we finally get a much more legible War Wizard on the roof. So that's an update, but it's not the most exciting thing. So there's that. Actually, it's still using the water slide decal, so that's a plus. But yeah, War Wizard, technically not new. I thought this was gone. I forgot it comes back in this year. So this is the last time you're going to see this. Pillage Idiot, back again.
I always called it Pilot Idol because I was an idiot and didn't say Pillage Idiot until like midway through 2010. I'm like, MTC board. Oh, I'm an idiot because it's Pillage Idiot. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. So the only difference, there's no Hot Wheels logo change. There's actually just a Monster logo change. So there is the retirement of good old Titus, He-Man, Master of the Universe, and Pillage Idiot. So that's the last time. So both 2 castings retiring this year, actually 3. Super Duty, the cool one, and the whatever the heck you want to call that casting. Next up is actually, I think out of all these trucks besides Maximum Destruction, is my truck of the year, at least I can recall, which I remember seeing this on eBay very vividly, and it was like, oh my gosh, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. This is how I knew this truck was going to run in real life. I didn't even know it was on the circuit. It might not even have been on the circuit yet at the time that I saw this. But man, this is my favorite of, actually, the Junkyard Dog is my favorite Mercury Mutt, but of the original 3, this is by far my favorite. I love this original Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Just something about it. I love the blue collar, just the colors. It was awesome to have this truck in diecast form. And, say what you want about all 3 different Monster Mutts and, your favorites, but this one's my favorite. It always has been my favorite. Sadly, when they went to 3D, none of them are my favorite anymore. Actually, honestly, the most out of the notable 3D ones that they have currently, like as a toy, Husky's my favorite. But of the original, before Junkyard Dog came to be a thing, this was my favorite, and I really do miss seeing this Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Obviously, first edition 2011, and I'll let Phil talk about the interesting backstory of Rottweiler, the name, and all that.
Yes. Well, first of all, yes, Rottweiler was running in 2011, so they timed this all perfectly with the good old Charles Benz. We did an awesome interview with him on the Monster Truck Outlaws of the West podcast, so check that out in the archives. Okay, so we get this truck early, so like the old rules was like, oh, new truck, it comes out the next year. Well, Rottweiler comes out the debut year, its debut year, because this was planned well out in advance. If anyone went to the World Finals in 2010 and stood in the autograph lines for the Dog Pound, there was like a little box where you can fill out a form and put your slip in. And on the placard, I got a picture buried somewhere. It says, "Name the new Rottweiler Monster Mutt." So they're running so here, there's a new Rottweiler Monster Mutt that's coming alongside of Dalmatian and the regular one, and they wanted to run a contest to name it. So, oh boy, like, what are we gonna name this brand new Rottweiler Monster Mutt? Sparky.
I wonder.
Snoopy, Barack Obama, like what? Or
Sparky, Spanky,
George Bush, George
Gerald,
Hillard. William Howard Taft, William McKinley, Millard Fillmore, other presidents.
Everything, like anything.
Name it after my mommy. No, you know what the winning name for the Rottweiler Monster was?
No, so tell us.
The winner, and I hope I should. There's an article somewhere. The winning was like some little girl. Her name, she was 6 years old. You know what the winning name was? The winning name was Monster Mutt Rottweiler.
Wow! Don't say.
What an anticlimactic ending.
I'm not.
Anticlimactic. That's
I kid you not. It was like almost an excuse to give little Susie from Kansas like a T-shirt and
tickets to next year's Monster Jam, right?
You're better off naming it Millard Fillmore.
I think whoever that was, that 6-year-old girl at the time, for her continuity. Because if it was called anything else but Rottweiler, but had a Rottweiler scheme, and we had Monster.
Might not even been a girl. I'll look it up.
I would lose my mind because obviously OCD. So thank you, whoever saved the world of Monster Mutts, because obviously
a contest for something you knew you were already going to call it. I don't like. Were you really going to call it Millard Fillmore Rottweiler?
No, maybe Monster Mutt like Sparky or whatever, that makes sense. But I think calling the dog by its actual breed makes so much more sense. Like if Poodle was called Monster Mutt Pinky, and Husky was called like Snow. It wouldn't work. So thank you, little Susie, for keeping continuity.
I'm gonna see if I can find this article. It was
find that article if you can pull it up. But
it's just some weird stuff. Like, they Del Scorcho a year before the truck ran. The truck didn't even run more than 3 months. They were supposed to do a zombie walk at the World Finals 1 year, in addition to the fashion show. Nobody ever participated, so that disappeared. So there's a lot of
they followed it up with the red light encore. So that's
they don't even know that they're supposed to do that was like right when the flash mob things were getting to big. Yeah. They were like big deals. So they were supposed to do a zombie walk like on the track, and like nobody ever emailed the email, so that never happened. It's just so strange. We can move on to the next.
I just want to say one more time. So like, just imagine this logo. Sparky.
Monster Must Sparky Doo.
William McKinley.
I'm just so thankful that
who named dogs after like humans. So it's like Monster Mutt, Rottweiler, Susie or something. Just what the
that life finds a way and history finds a way to make things right sometimes. And if this was not called Rottweiler, with the exception of Junkyard Dog, because it's not like a breed.
True.
Everything else, please keep it the breed of the dog. Don't ever call it anything else. Just please, Scooby-Doo is Scooby-Doo. Monster Rottweiler is Monster Rottweiler. Don't change it on us. This worked out the way it needed to work out for history in the future. So with that said, Monster Rottweiler, my personal, currently at least that I can remember, truck of the year. I really do hope that one day we'll see it again in a Retro Rebel form. So back to Backwards Bob. Here's Backwards Bob finally getting. It's Hot Wheels and Monster Jam logos, additions, and taillights and headlights. So there's some things to add. Funny enough, the real truck doesn't actually have headlights, but cool to have it. So there's that addition. You get some cool tattoos, and then you get my personal favorite travel treads, which is Backwards Bob.
Yeah.
So this time the graphics are actually really grainy, so you can see the depth of color is gone. This is blurry. You can see the graininess around these tiny graphics. So oh well, but we love Backwards Bob. It's back in the game now. It seems to be gaining popularity really fast, which is pretty cool. So, fun to have it around still in modern times and back then. This travel tread is my favorite. I love this one. Anything else to discuss?
Make Bob great again, guys. Make Bob great again. Love Backwards Bob. Favorite, probably, travel treads they made. I don't remember what all we got, but this was definitely one of the top trucks, and Backwards Bob, guys. Next to Raging Steel, it's my favorite truck. It's Gravedigger is my favorite truck. The point being, Backwards Bob, anything's good. Phil, go ahead.
No, back to Rottweiler. I found where the article is, but it's not opening because on the same day they actually put out an article. This ties into what we're doing. Oh, no, I just got it to open up.
Send me the link. I'll open it up.
Okay. No, okay. I'm on my desktop. Okay. But I'll read it out loud. It says, please join us congratulating Rachel Edwards of Waxahachie, Texas.
Oh, okay.
Rachel is the winner of the 2010 Monster Jam Who's the New Monster Mutt contest.
Who's the new Monster
Rottweiler toy will join Dalmatian as the newest member of the Dog Pound toy line. So this is what, or like,
this is great.
All those who submitted names. Okay, then it says, read the official rules. Okay, this is because there was also on the same day they announced that they were looking for the largest collection.
Yeah.
Rachel, if Rachel Edwards is still out there, we would like to interview you.
Edwards, that was the last one.
If you still go by Rachel Edwards, I don't know. It's been about 10 years. If you want to reach out to us, please send a DM to Monster Jam OCD on Instagram. We'd love to interview you and this historical piece of monster truck history.
I want to know how she. I want to know her inspiration for calling it Monster Rottweiler.
Probably because it's a Rottweiler, mate.
RJ, send that link to Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, I'll open it up so we can check out that article.
I'm going to read the official rules. This is the most compelling thing we're going to talk about tonight.
So we'll give it a little bit of time here. We're trying to get through it, but this is pretty funny. This is funny to me. All right, let me know.
Only one.
And Messenger, sir.
Messenger or
where do you want me to send it to, man?
On Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, it says who wins the contest.
You're killing me.
Entry podcast. Okay, to enter your suggested name for the new Monster Mutt truck, fill out all fields on a paper ballot at the World Finals, or visit monsterjam.com/monstermutt and fill out all the fields on the online form. You can submit multiple entries. That's a lot of legal stuff, but the winning submitted name may be used at the sole discretion of Fell Motorsports' official name of Hot Wheels Monster Jam toy.
Is that even legality in Texas?
As if they needed legality from Rachel from Big Word, Texas, to use the name of
Okay. Here's what feels. This is just.
Is that even a real town in Texas? I know Texas is big, but goodness.
Okay. This is okay. There's judging criteria for this.
Read the official rules here. All right.
Okay.
Click on the rules and go to section 4 on the rules.
Section 4. There's only 3.
There's judging criteria for this. The winner will be selected by a panel of judges from Fell Motorsports from all eligible entries. 25% applicability. 25% appropriateness. So I guess Millard Fillmore wasn't going to fit there. 25% creativity. Well, I guess Millard's back in there. And 25% uniqueness.
25? Just 25.
There was people that worked at Fell Motorsports that they stopped doing their 9 to 5 to sit on a panel to determine if Monster Mutt
Rottweiler Susie.
If any of my Fell Motorsports friends are listening that were around for this or have access to this, can you please tell me what were some of the other names that were considered or sent out for this?
Low key Monster Mutt Husky was like originally born back then. Changed from orange.
Wait,
the winner got a prize pack worth $100. So Rachel got $100 worth of toys.
Heck yeah, I would love that.
Let me actually clear this up. So Phil, when you told me the story originally, I thought you meant that there was a Rottweiler body that they wanted a name for it. Oh, this was actually created by her.
No.
This was.
No.
Wait. What came first?
Okay. Go back to the front page.
Okay, give me one moment.
If you read the rules, there was a little.
There was a banner with this on it, I believe, right, Phil?
Yes, it was literally this picture.
Okay,
and it was named the new Monster Mutt.
Okay.
And it was like a box that was in the queue line. It said "Name the new Monster Mutt," and it was a graphic like this. I have it buried somewhere in pictures.
Okay. So she. Okay. When I was reading that list of rules and stuff, I thought she created the concept of Monster Mutt Rottweiler. I didn't realize they had this picture. And like, please name this because what else would you name this?
That's what I mean.
He's orange to white and it's husky, but and a long tail.
If it had like a different look, I'd get a different name. But like, Tyler is right here. Like at 6 years old, I probably wouldn't have thought of Rottweiler.
Guys, she might have not been 6 years old. She could have been 46 years old.
Oh, okay.
I really don't know.
But he didn't know her age. Okay. Also, that would make her probably unable to be in the contest anyway. But whoever was Rachel and whoever actually named this thing, whether you were a kid or an adult, thank you for keeping continuity.
Thank you for
the sake of all Monster Jam fans. So really cool stuff there. Yeah. I like how it's a lowercase here and stuff.
Like, how do we not know? And what is kind of fair says that the toy is coming soon. That makes no mention that it's a real truck.
True.
Until much later in the 2010 to 2011 silly season, where we get Charles Benz from Pitbull to drive the truck.
Yeah. Okay. So we probably should keep pivoting on or keep going on because we've talked a lot about Monster Rottweiler. Great backstory there.
You tailgated
Funny
for Monster
story.
Rottweiler.
There's those two we done, and now on to a really cool makes sense edition of a mud truck. So this is the Gravedigger primer that we saw last episode. They have added a Monstrum logo. Last time we did not see that. They added some mud, not enough. I think there definitely should have been much more on this. But the really cool thing is that they changed this. They made this special logo for it. So that's really nice. Tailgate, we ain't bad, but the bad don't mess with us won't appear until I want to say the retro pack.
Retro, I got the retro right over there. I just dusted off today. So I think that's one of them.
So it's going to be there's going to be a retro chassis edition in the future, and the doubles and the singles, and that's going to be the only time we see that edition of the decal. But it's funny how the mud's confined to just the here. It's not here. It's not here. It's just inside this little box. But again, defined physics here. Nothing on the front either. This might even be paint. Oh, that's a bad chip there. But maybe it's decals. I can't tell. But anyway, it's a really cool mud truck. It makes sense. Not enough mud in my opinion, but makes sense. And a new first edition, which makes some history here. So Metal Militia. We'll see it several times, or actually till the end of Hot Wheels Monster Jam. But this was a really, really popular truck for its time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead, Phil. Tell us I want to make a couple notes before I let the guys take it over here. This is the only time I believe we ever see this little tiny piece of the grill printed in. So that's really cool. Red windshield, which is another really nice addition. Chrome chassis, black rims, red roll cage, and that's where my little analysis stops. Go ahead, Phil or RJ. Whoever wants to talk about this first.
Let RJ go.
Oh, Phil, you go.
No, you go.
No, because you have more real truck facts.
Okay, since you guys want to fight back and forth, I want to mention one more thing. The previous Gravedigger, that's the first time we're seeing with a matte clear coat, which is actually primer.
Yes, it is flat, matte, clear coat on that Gravedigger, correct?
This is why I got on the top.
Someone choose to go for Metal Militia.
Who goes next? Okay, Metal Militia doesn't run until 2012, so this is this is a very early precursor. This does not belong. When this came out, there was no clue that Metal Militia would become a real truck for 2012. It certainly does not look like this. Yeah. I guess obviously they were working on it, and they were able to get the advantage. Just kind of like our Rottweiler named by Rachel that we got it the year before. So that's cool. This design is pretty curious. It doesn't look anything like the real truck. And even the Militia we do get in 2012 is a scheme that ran at once and appeared at SEMA. So it's very love-hate for Metal Militia. Little comment of Tyler Rivers. They unveiled it summer of 2011, didn't they? I don't know. I thought they unveiled it at SEMA, but even then, SEMA was not till November, and it wasn't this exact scheme. So I can go back since we're on the old website. First off,
this truck was kind of your filler truck till you got the real one from Metal Militia, kind of like the first Firestorm we get. Super detailed regular body, and then we get the special body. This doesn't have a special body, but the schemes do change over time. So this is kind of your precursor, your Carpet League introduction truck before you get the Tour Accurate truck the next year.
I'm not seeing a Metal Militia press release.
I know there was one, but there's one two pictures. Maybe.
Oh, it could be
big. And it was camo, I think, the original one anyway. So
yeah, it ran
down there. Here's some info from Tyler. Levi says it was unveiled at SEMA. So.
See, that wasn't until November.
2011.
November, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Phil, if you want to keep looking for that, I'm going to go into the next truck just to save some time here, because these ones are not going to be super exciting. So, Hot Wheels number 37. I think it's just they're using the Beat That, which is the current to the time style. The Monster Jam logo. I'm not sure if it changes here. Let's see. So, new Monster Jam logo, still the same Beat That. Okay, so. That's the differences with Hot Wheels, nothing new.
I do find it curious how on that packaging it's the current 2011 Hot Wheels logo, but it's still the old Hot Wheels truck that isn't even running at this point. Yeah, we get Team Hot Wheels debuts in 2012, so we do get a new Hot Wheels truck next year.
Yep. Yeah. And then Bulldozer has several different variations. The first one is the one we've discussed before where it has that roll cage that is either the normal roll cage, which goes up into the truck bed or cab, I should say, sorry, If this will load, the second
Oh,
picture
this
is
is
not
my favorite one, though, dude. I love this one. Hey,
this
Hub.
second picture is gone. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you can see here, if I zoom in, this goes into the cab. It goes up and into the cab. It has gray rims. Note that. And then if we talk about the no cage, here's a picture that actually loads.
Was there a new page? Oh,
flat.
never seen that one, but I ain't gonna go looking in.
Yeah. It's flat and then it curves. So those are for the like a Donkey Kong or Maximum Destruction, those kinds of bodies. So that's the kind of body. Gray rims with the old logos. Those both had the old Monster Jam logo. Then finally, we get another bulldozer the same year with chrome rims and the new Monster Jam logo with bad graphics. So those were old production bulldozers that you were seeing before. This is a new production with the new graphics or bad graphics that are new, with the cage returning for that. So there is a bulldozer. It's been a little while since we've seen bulldozer. You might have also noticed the logo on the actual like insert change
Like
from
2005, right?
That logo
there's-
is the greatest darn thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I love that logo. I love
there's
that.
that, and then it has, of course, the actual
It
current.
was weird, but I liked it.
And then Pure Adrenaline just kind of randomly getting tossed in this year, just here with the Advanced Auto Parts Monster Jam logo.
Although it is different because they're the decals, the paint does not go to the front clip.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here's that.
I don't know
That's pretty
why.
interesting.
Also, I would like to make note. I took the bulldozer we looked at to a Winter Carpet League championship. So that was nice.
Yeah. And then the last, actually, I guess that's the last repeat kind of style there. This is my favorite Spectraflame truck. I know people have their own opinions on their own favorite, but this one's my ultimate favorite.
That was a good one.
Brian's reflectance here kind of makes it a little weird, but I love that they had this like dark yellow, but not that gross yellow that Wrecking Crew had, into this sunset orange into black. I loved this Spectraflame truck, and I really, it's my favorite one. It's one of the more notable ones, well, like noticeable. And there's Black Stallion, so you can see that badge there. RJ, I'm sure I can't see him, but I'm sure he's.
It's the badge, boys. It's the badge.
The new logo's there. Obviously, this setup for Spectraflame. Nothing on the tailgate, and there's actually a really good shot of that gradient between the two colors. So they're spraying two Spectraflame colors in this one.
That was one. I forgot about how cool and how detailed that one was with those two colors.
Yeah. So you guys can go ahead and discuss that.
I think I forgot the two colors were there, but that's second best to Nitro Circus, arguably the best color or spectacular frame. Spectacular from that year. Definitely. Yeah. Forgot it was multicolor. That's very nice. And it's got a badge, so plus ups for the badge.
Yeah.
Love the old artwork still being used. Go ahead, Phil.
This Black Stallion is ridiculous. I don't even know why we got it. So, okay, friends. Remember in 2010 we got the World 6 Black Stallion, and it's obviously a throwback to that Black Stallion. So Hot Wheels has the crazy idea to give us a Spectraflame Black Stallion in the next year using the old graphics of Black Stallion.
Yeah.
Brian wants to zoom out so we can see the side of Black Stallion.
On there. It's gotta be old.
This is I find this unacceptable. Why are we getting an old Black Stallion? You know the cruel part is, so next in 2012,
I think.
Well, we get a brand new Black Stallion that we should be getting every year. We never.
Yeah, but we don't.
So
we did that 1 year, and that's like
which that Black Stallion should be still being made today.
Yeah, because it's the accurate one.
Hot Wheels has this love affair with old Black Stallions, and this is one of them. If you're gonna give us an old Black Stallion, why don't you give us Black Stallion 2000?
Spin Master, Metro
Master trucks. Black Stallion.
Another idea, guys.
There goes
You all right?
Fire engine. Yep, there it goes.
Doomsday,
okay,
folks, it's Doomsday. He's the real
Doomsday's here.
Okay, Black Stallion. Great discussion. Next up is so it's funny how they make all two extreme trucks this year with mud treads. So Iron Outlaw, Scarlet Bandit, Bounty Hunter. Here's Bounty Hunter with the new logo, with the mud, a little bit of mud there, just like the tiniest bit. Defying physics onto the hood there. Actually, not really even barely visible. Sunroof is still there. Yeah. So if anyone really needs to say anything about this, go ahead. But I feel like that one's kind of.
Good point. I do approve of that. How we get all three of the two Extreme Racing trucks as mud trucks. I just wish Scarlet Bandit was the hot pink one that we got in 2010.
I agree. What he said, 100%. Should have got that Scarlet Bandit, and we didn't. So
cool. And we can skip right over that into Taz. Taz, this is coming up on its retirement here in the line, but there's the old logo.
Well, it also has to change to red before it's retired twice.
Oh, right. Well, Taz itself will retire, and then it becomes. Is that? I never noticed that. They added licensing in there underneath the name on this newer edition. So Advanced Auto Parts, nothing there, and yeah. So Taz I think it's in a year or so, or actually a couple of years, it's going to change to Tasmanian Devil.
Next year.
It'll be red. No one will really remember that truck ever because I forgot that even existed until RJ said that.
Come on, that is one of the remember. Like I get how you can forget that.
I feel like Taz had more of a memorable existence.
No, it did. It definitely did.
Adam Anderson. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Adam Anderson and like Taryn Lasky, I think is how you pronounce her name, was like the only two drivers of that. So clearly Adams.
You just remember Taryn Lasky was a driver.
No, Nicole too.
Yeah, well, Nicole, but they put her in Grinder like almost immediately.
True. So then it was like, so it really was Tyron.
Because at that point they were done running Tasmanian Devil. So.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that, Levi. I didn't know if that was a true thing. I couldn't remember they had that championship.
He went to Dalmatian, and Nicole went to Grinder, and then went to Scoopy. Yep.
They never did add the championship tailgate to the Taz that they made. Good note.
They never did that. That hurts me. Oh no, they did. They did. They added in the red one, don't they?
Yeah, but it's not Taz.
True.
You know Adam Anderson used to drive Taz? Okay, keep going.
Okay, next up.
Yes, guys, I agree with that.
Oh, the Hummer body is back. I love, big head in the chat for the 124.
Okay. One truck.
Let Ryan go, I guess.
Okay. With that said, the Hummer body does return, and you're going to see it for a long time to come with this scheme. Western Renegade. I'll let Phil discuss the independent side of things, but here it is with that Hummer body, with the tire insert. That's really cool. There's a lot of little decals. I'm sure Phil can probably explain better than I can. Painted front grille. Wild West Monster Truck Team. They have the phone number, which is I just spotted that, and then they have the website. They have precision racing engines and some wanted posters. And before I let Phil take it back over, it is a first edition, obviously. And I think it's in this year we get a 124, and it's a weird thing we'll talk about in a second. But Phil, tell us about the actual Western Renegade truck.
Oh, man. Okay, so Western Renegade is obviously old Team KCM truck. That's why it's on the Hummer body. Barry Parkin up in Canada gets it, and he runs it for a long while. Also another past guest from Monster Truck Outlaws in the West. So it's a pretty practical to have. This is an interesting one. So Barry doesn't run too many Monster Jam events still. He does a lot of the Canadas, obviously, up in the western part of Canada, and he'll come down south for a little bit. But he doesn't. It's not like he's really out and about a lot compared to some of the other Western Renegades or some of the other trucks that run around. But it makes so much sense because we have that Hummer body from Dragon Slayer way back in the day. It's great to have it come back to use. I mean, you have like the Sergeant Smashes that they were able to repurpose, but this makes so much sense because it literally was like Dragon Slayer. So great point to have. I know RJ was teasing that 124. Make sure. So full disclosure, that 124 doesn't come out till 2012, but for the Western Renegade, we can talk about it tonight. So they come out with it in 2013.
Okay, we'll talk about it later then. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, no, I'll talk about it now because it's
the
regular one doesn't. So in 2013, they come out with Western Renegade in 124 scale. Now, this is it.
Yeah.
So obviously they don't have a Hummer body for. They didn't make it mold.
Why the orange chassis?
So we get it with an orange chassis. So now, okay, let's break this down a little bit. The real truck runs a colored frame, no?
Yes, it has an orange frame. The real truck did, didn't it? Yeah, because Brandon Budd ran it as Buck or.
Well, you know what? No, okay, it had orange like four links and stuff.
I can't remember.
That's the thing. So it didn't, or no, it did. Yeah, it was orange frame.
Yeah, it was an orange frame. I thought too.
Yeah, it was an orange frame, wasn't it?
Okay. Everyone's backing that up in the comments.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that explains it. I never knew why they gave it orange. I wish they would have given the 164 an orange.
It's black to you, yeah, but that's what I mean. They're not congruent. And this is it's very creative how they're able to put this on a 124, but man, you got to look at this and you have to think: is this a truck out of Jimmy Crean's team?
Yeah,
it's not like Iron Outlaw's like redheaded step.
Alter ego. It's like the Canadian. Yeah, I could see where people could get that.
That's cool. They filled the roof here with this graphic that you don't really ever get to see in good form here.
Yeah.
So you kind of see that poster, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't know who else is on the posters on the hood. I think one was it's got to be Gravedigger, maybe, but one of them's Maniac, maybe. I don't remember.
Well, on the diecast, it's showing just the same one that's on the top, but I think the real truck did have different ones. Yes,
it did. Well, it ran. Gosh, if I could find a poster of the real truck.
But yeah, that body ruined me. I was so excited because I saw, Rest in Renegade 124s that year on the list on the MonsterJamOnline.com back then, I think is what it was called. Anyways, the checklist on there got really hyped and got really sad. But, at least the 164 came out nice, minus the frame color.
Okay.
What a strange truck.
So we'll get back off this 124 and back to 164.
Are we done yet?
Bill, are you looking for something?
No, I'm looking for a lot of things. Okay.
Welcome back to the scene, Reptoid.
Hey, no man's tech involved though.
Reptoid's back.
Just
so Jim's back. Is back. Here's that new logo. That's about all that's new with this. Actually, they stopped using that specialized chassis, so it's funny to see that gone. But
yeah,
they kind of like took a piece of the snake skin and just kind of put it there for that logo. Do we need to talk about this? I think we've seen this update, right? We've already seen this body many times before.
Oh yeah, what, the paint scheme?
Yeah, this new one. We've seen it before, right?
2005.
Oh wow, okay, recently, way recently than that. Okay, so cool. Done with that. Next up is Stone Crusher, very popular independent. And here it is if it'll load.
Travel tread. So now
travel treads. Here's the travel treads right there.
Loading. Now we picked it up where we don't need. We're back to concurrent stuff. There's no regular version and then a travel tread version. They're all the ones that are supposed to be travel tread are now coming out as travel tread.
Yeah, they don't have that filler in there. It's just
they don't have to backpedal.
Yeah, it's a good truck. Yeah, I mean any travel tread's a good truck because you get to have pre-show and carnage.
And then we have another Spectraflame. Again, blues are not the most noticeable. I feel like this one, I remember this one being a peg warmer in Toys R Us and in Target. So just not a popular one. So there's Instigator.
Another weird one, guys. It gets a paint scheme change here pretty soon, but
yeah. Which that Instigator becomes pretty hard to find. So that's funny. But this one was not hard to find at all.
No.
Sadly. So yeah, not too notable. So nothing really to say about it.
Hard to find.
Another not too notable one. They continuously do full bore and mud treads in different bodies, which are always peg warmers in my area. Target always had this.
This debut for an updated scheme with some, because it was using it was using a Hot Wheels Fantasy design in that 2007 the 9 frame. This is a more accurate scheme to the real truck. It has obviously real sponsors on it, like it has that bar and grill on the hood.
Yeah.
But yeah, another prime example of it needs to come out clean before it gets dirty. And the next year we don't get that either. Do we ever get this clean full bore?
I don't think we get a standard finish of this full bore. It's always got something going on. It's
foolish, but it's nice to see an update, I guess. And full bore does get a lot of love with a lot of these special editions. So I guess it is cool to see. But again, when you have an updated scheme, it should come out standard.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. This truck is very clean for the limited decals that it had. I found my 124 of this the other day. That's why I say that. Definitely should have got a regular version. Carry on.
Yeah. So there's back to that whole deal of let's not do a special edition body that actually modifies the paint scheme until you get a normal one. But full bore was victim to that. Now we have a pretty special one. So Medusa, again, every single time we talk about Medusa, something is new. She is always changing her scheme, and this one was a one-time deal. I think one-time deal Encore truck to support breast cancer awareness. So one of the honestly probably out of all the Medusa schemes, probably my favorite one. I just really liked how the pink with white looked. Sad that they didn't use it beyond the Encore. There's a couple things, or maybe one decal that's missing from the real truck. I'll grab an image while they talk about it, but this one was fun. I really liked it. I love the colors. I love the pink and white. I just thought it worked. I love the red, white, and blue, but I think as a subset color, not a full pink body, but I think this one worked much better with pink. So, Phil, tell us about this Medusa.
So yeah,
actually mention the balloon fiasco with those Blue Thunders for the intro if you want to. I'm just kidding. Don't. Remember?
Yes, I was there. So, this World Finals Encore in 2010 to celebrate ushering in a new decade of Monster Jam action. They sent out 10 trucks for additional freestyle, and one of those was a special edition Medusa. This scheme, although slight alterations, it was pseudo-sponsored by the Susan G. Komen Foundation. So the real truck does have Susan G. Komen logos on it. Obviously, this toy doesn't.
Yeah, I was about to grab that image
wasn't she?
Right now. If it'll load, where to go? Hold on. Keep talking.
There was a lot of interesting trucks in that Encore that year. You had Colt. You had Colt Energy Activator for confirmation. You had Dawn and Scarlet. You had this. You had two Blue Thunders, and then you had the boys too. Yep, there it is. It's not even
it's the same scheme, just there's Coleman logos on it. I like the tailgate. The toy here says "Making a Difference in the USA." That's what Medusa stands for, because Medusa, if you didn't know, stands for Made in the USA. So making a difference in USA. So this truck's performance. So it comes out of Thunder Rally. It smashes through some pink balloons.
Yep, let's do that.
Medusa hits one jump and rolls over.
What frame was this on? Not to interrupt you, Phil, but what frame was this? This is not in house.
No, this has got to be.
It's like too much, honestly.
Hold on, it's got to be King Cruncher or Matador. Well, hold on, who else was in that Encore? It was Cole Energy.
George brought out Mohawk Warrior on the Swanson's frame.
Yes. Yes.
One at a time.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm right. Wrong. Okay. Yeah. She smushes this body. It's never seen again. But we get a toy out of it, so that's pretty rad.
Yeah.
And I guess it was with Coleman of Southern Nevada, so it's not through the full organization, which is probably a good reason why they didn't get the rights to Susan G. Komen, because it was yes, I was there too, Tyler. I said that. Yes, so that's probably why they didn't get the rights to Susan G. Komen, because it was through a local Susan G. Komen branch, and they probably also were just kind of doing it for something fun for the local event, not realizing that could be a toy and do all this stuff. And then you get a bunch of legal stuff when you're dealing with like foundations, especially a foundation that profits most of their charitable donations, like Susan G. Komen. Spoiler alert. Probably not going to get them to sign off on this truck.
You know, I am noticing that the hood graphic, see how it cuts off here? That shouldn't be happening. I could see it continuously going on. So,
I'm kind of wondering what kind of renders they had for this, because the truck did not made one hit, so I don't know where the reference pictures came from this. So it kind of does make me wonder, maybe the hood was completely obliterated, so they just had to stop the flow of the graphics.
I'm gonna actually try to find real quick if we can. I'm trying to find a reference image of that hood. There's only one video of this Encore. Let me just grab it. It's 24 seconds, so we'll watch it together real quick. Let's turn off that sound. Okay, so let's try our best to do some forensic analysis here as that hood gets just destroyed.
Balloons, good stuff.
Okay, come on, Medusa, get closer to the camera here.
Yeah, but by the time you see the balloons, it's like.
Okay, so if the hood will just. Oh my. Okay, well.
That's probably why we don't have good hood decals.
That's why we have a Hot Wheels toy that we can't really.
And remember, that's an independent truck that she just wrecked too.
Oh yeah, true. Well, I'm sure they help pay for it. I know how that goes too.
Okay, so this is the best we're gonna get for this Medusa.
You hope an Encore.
The point being that it's actually a really cool, clean scheme. I love the pink and white. It just works really well. So If I recall correctly, this is the last time we're going to see Medusa until 2015. We'll see it back with the white.
No.
Oh yeah, no. You're right. We're going to see it a couple times next year. You're right. Never mind. I forgot the pink one came before that whole thing.
We got to get out of here. These are our last trucks. Cutting corners.
Okay. We'll end on riveted because I feel like that's a good way to end. Okay. So we're too tired for this. For this discussion of so many repeats. Cutting corners. So we talked about cutting corners. We talked about how to play on words. There's your logo there, and then there's your logo with bad graphics. Actually, yeah, bad graphics there. And finally, we're going to end here. This is number 50. This is another Hot Wheels original. This is riveted. Only ever was used once. I think I ever found it in the Superstore. I bought it at the Superstore. I know I did. I never saw it in stores. Many people, when they see this in someone's collection, like, what is that? So it's like just a very like it existed, but it didn't make much of a stance. So I don't know if this is actually the car name or not. So if anyone knows the car make of a Hot Wheels model or an actual real life car, if it is, I don't think it is, or maybe it's modeled off something like that, comment below. But riveted, just like a forgotten truck. I feel like it didn't get any spotlight time. So
that was exactly what my comment was going to be. This is maybe one of the most forgotten trucks in the history of Hot Wheels Monster Jam trucks. This is, again, we talk about in 2010 where the Hot Wheels originals are back in full swing and then they slowly drop off, right? Again, at 2010, it's like set the bar way too high. But they were able to sneak in a couple new tools and new ideas here and there amongst the re-releases. And here's Riveted. Now, this is a very loud and proud car body. I don't know if the scheme necessarily is as loud and proud as it should be. This isn't Roger Dodger. No. Okay.
No.
This could be riveted. I think the car could just be riveted.
Levi said it's just riveted.
Yeah. It's just strange, and it doesn't really fit proportionally. I know, like when we'll talk about the Hot Wheels monster trucks, how some of their car bodies don't necessarily translate. I know you've talked about it many times about the Camaro and current time frame that isn't like 100% like right on the scope of fitting on the chassis. At least I got the wheel wells here. They do kind of fit, but I do feel like it is very front heavy, that this is maybe about an inch too far out and makes this thing very long.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't like the paint scheme, but I always liked it mainly just because it's a nothing. It's seen once and gone forever. I liked it.
Do we have Phil? We're going to talk about a cancel truck today. You know what truck I'm talking about?
I don't think we even talked about it. Hold on, let me look at my list. I want to say no because we didn't even see the truck we were going to talk about. Right?
Okay. Yeah. So I feel like we can end with one more note. So this casting looks a lot like Roger Dodger. And if anyone recalls when Roger Dodger was introduced to Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, if you follow Hot Wheels Dream Team on Instagram, I don't know who runs it. I think it's one of the design team, obviously. It might be Brendan Ventesky. Roger Dodger, they officially said that it was supposed to be in 2011. Let me just see the whole explanation here. Originally made in 2011, which got dropped back then. So there was no reasoning for dropping it. But this is the original 2011. Let's solo myself here. There's the original hand-painted Roger Dodger prototype of 2011. So that was supposed to come out this year. So in addition to Riveted, I think there was one more. I'm going to look for one more casting. Give me 1 minute as I check that. But yeah, Roger Dodger is one of those. So that puts two trucks that we know of, which were the Barbarian travel treads. This Roger Dodger. Now I'm trying to find that last monster truck.
And that is a good point to bring up because I think that does kind of put a bow on this year where I guess maybe the budget wasn't necessarily there tooling wise as well, because that could be why we get like the Shark Reek again, cutting corners again, because they couldn't get Roger Dodger through and this other truck you're going to pull up.
I can't find it. There was a
talking about.
Yeah, it was a Cadillac. I just can't find it.
Cadillac casting. It's on their Instagram, buried somewhere too. The Hot Wheels Dream Teams.
Is it the Dream Team? I'm trying to find it. I can't find it.
Or maybe it's on So,
yeah.
So like I said, it's a good point to make You know, it's not like it's a lack of effort from Hot Wheels. I know we kind of rag them because, again, that bar is way too high from 2010. But you can definitely tell based off of some of these other originals that they had planned that there's definitely some budget concerns for 2011. And a lot of maybe the resources were reallocated elsewhere. And that's why maybe there's a lot more re-releases than we were all hoping for. You know, when we're top here tonight, the ratio of new trucks, it's like that's why we're doing a lot of pitter patter because it's like there's not a lot to talk about. There's way too much hype. And actually, here's Save the Snack Saves the Day. Once again, he just sent me a picture of the caddy. You want to pull me
thank you. Do you know what the name was and like the plan is? It might have been this year, might have been another year, but there's another canceled. Let me grab that. There we go.
I honestly don't remember. I almost
every night
I don't remember. So, I know it's a gray mold, so it's really hard.
Yeah, it's a resin cast. So so there's two trucks that might have not been 2011, but there's something in the next couple of years that was canceled. Originals, obviously. So maybe we'll see that return, that Caddy and Hot Wheels Monster Trucks.
That'd be nice.
I mean, Riveted,
Roger Dodger, so that's nice.
Yeah, Roger Dodger came out. Riveted, I feel like one time and that was it. I feel like that should also maybe better proportions, of course, come back for another time in Hot Wheels Monster Trucks. I feel like the Cool One casting should also come back in Hot Wheels Monster Trucks. Those are really the only ones besides a couple like the Primeval and stuff that got in the Hearst body that got releases.
Primeval would be awesome. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine like
it's kind of like the origins of the 50th anniversary Hot Wheels if you think about it.
Imagine like a toxic Primeval.
True.
Or like the one like the Primeval with like the demo.
Toxic Primeval would be nice.
Oh, give me a Primeval on the tank treads. Oh my god!
No, you ruined it. You ruined it. You sold it.
All right. With that said, we're going to cap it off here at 2 hours and 6 minutes. We've spent a lot of time on a pretty lackluster year. Next time we'll finish up. We're going to have to speed through it, but we're going to finish it up. Let me just go back here just to give some high hopes for next time because I want people to tune in.
There's a lot of good stuff on the next one, folks.
Yeah, there's some pretty good stuff coming up. I mean, yeah, this one, Spider-Man, special delivery. What else we got? Oh yeah, this one's a big one.
The end of the
year, got Mohawk and Derailed and all that fun stuff.
The end of the year, they tend to load these up.
Oh, Little Miss Dangerous was a good one too. Yeah,
there's a good amount of special editions too. So we'll have a lot better stuff to talk about in the next one. And again, very common with Hot Wheels at this time, where the end of the year is very loaded with a lot of good stuff. And that's a good indicator of where our energy goes for the next week's episode as we finish 2011.
Yeah, so I feel like we ended on a good note here. Riveted is kind of the turning point for the rest of the year. So when we return next week on the 15th for episode 19, we will be talking about the rest of 2011. And on the 22nd, the day after Neil Vandenberg Day, we will be back for the special edition episode of OCD Meltdown, the making of Taylor Andes, who's in the comments here. I'm just going to tag one of his comments. He'll be here to discuss how he came up with the idea, because I didn't come up with the slime. He did, and that's his creative mind. So
Wildcard Steve.
We'll be here. That same week, I plan on releasing my own backstory on my side of creating OCD Meltdown. So you'll get like a special 37-minute video of me talking about my life in collecting, and then Spin Master, how I got my partnership, and then the OCD Meltdown and how that came to be. So a couple of cool things that week, starting with Sunday, Neil Vandenberg Day, and then the whole week's kind of set up for a great week. So those are some things to look forward to. One more thing, next week, I accidentally today, if you noticed, if you have my channel notifications on, you notice I double uploaded today on accident. I had the Dirty to Clean Series 13 planned. I did not reschedule my mixed or Series 10 124 scales. Those will be the 15th of March. So for those that got that early preview of it or watched it, can you like it one more time for me? Because I feel like that was a mistake on my part. I wanted to leave it up, but I didn't want the videos to compete for each other for views, because that happens. So that also will be coming back for those who were asking where did it go. That's coming back too. So that said, some pretty cool stuff to look forward to. Thank you guys for watching our episode. Anything else from you guys? We're good here?
Yeah, we good.
I'm tired.
Good in Meltdown World.
I'm tired too. Yeah. Next episode, hopefully we're a little more in tune with pacing. I definitely was not today. I've been running on some pretty tight schedules. So thank you all for watching again. We will see you guys next time. This is Ryan, Phil, and RJ signing out.